Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Coolbet Open is on its way, and we are proud to bring you 4 days of the best poker coverage from Tallinn, Estonia. And our first tournament will be the Nations Cup. 7 players from 7 different nations are representing themselves and trying to figure out which one of the Coolbet countries is going to be the best out of them all. Christian Sixpää Arstad from Norway, Severi Igeheimo from Finland, Raiko Kukk from Estonia, Felipe Barrios from Chile, Christian Gonzalez from Argentina, Hjörtur Davidsson from Iceland, and Jimmy Emterby from Sweden are going to join us today. First place takes home 10,000 euros, second place gets 6,000 euros, and third place gets 4,000 euros, so 20k up for grabs. We are starting with 100, 200 levels, and everybody gets 100 big blinds or 20,000 chips to play with. If you're wondering who that guy was who was saying the opening words, that fine gentleman was Thomas Wiet, our poker manager here in Coolbet, making sure that everybody's having a great time. By the way, during this tournament, there is also day 1A of the main event going on. Plenty of side events as well. For example, today there will be pot limit Omaha 8 max 200 euro tournament, 4-card pot limit Omaha. That is as well as a satellite to the Coolbet Open Deep Stack Championship for 330 euros. The satellite costs 65 euros. Coolbet Open Deep Stack Championship itself begins at 9 p.m. today, and at 11 p.m. there will be a 150 euro Hyper Turbo tournament as well. So the guards are on its way. My name is Christian Laas, and I am very excited and very much ready to start this 4-day marathon poker tournament. A little information about these guys: most of them are not professional poker players, are hobby players. They had qualified to this tournament from April to June with the qualifying tournaments running in the Coolbet Poker app. We have a free buy for you guys as well, or let's call it a central. 10 cents is the buy-in for the tournament. Top 18 will get paid, and the password is 8. Felipe starts us off with ace 3. Probably a bit too wide, so it's a 7-handed tournament. Raiko, let's go with his hands. We're getting cut out. We can't see one card what Felipe is holding, so we'll try to fix it for you as well, so we get a little bit of a better viewing experience. We can see that Christian has queen 7 here on a jack deuce 7 board, flopping the second pair, and Felipe with the ace 3 gets the ace on a turn, though. It seemed like the flop was checked through 700 in the middle here. Christian checks it over to Felipe one more time. Let's see if Felipe tries to get any value here. He does. He does. Bets 300. If I'm Christian here, I'm probably going to want to peel one off here. But nah, he's gonna let it go. Starts, just trusts that Felipe probably has something here. Isn't too sure what limping range must be here, but Felipe gets it. Gets the first pot. I don't know if he's superstitious or not, but winning the first pot is supposed to be an unlucky charm, but we'll see. Felipe is the chip leader now. Christian with the 9-8. From under the gun, tries to figure it out. Probably a fold. Yeah, he does fold. Christian Gonzalez from Argentina. Long trip from Latin America all the way to, well, usually cold Estonia, but we are having a lovely summer at the moment. 24 degrees outside at the moment, which is very warm. I don't know how it is in Argentina at the moment, but I'm sure he will he will settle through or settle in. Jimmy opens this spot up to 400. Jimmy from Sweden raises to 400. Christian probably thinking about 3-betting here, and makes a nice size 3-bet here. Raises it up to 1.5 thousand. Hjörtur with ace 4 of spades makes the call. Definitely hand you can sometimes 4-bet bluff with, but decides to just call here. Has the best hand actually, and that'll bring Jimmy in with his suited ace as well to the flop of 7-10 jack. So gotcha straight to draw for Christian here. Hjörtur and Jimmy missed it completely. Christian leads in for 1.2 thousand. Pretty sizable pot already, 5.9k in the middle, and Hjörtur does not fold here. Really didn't hit anything on this board besides a few backdoors. Here's one of them. Backdoor spade draw, now has an ace-high flush draw. Still ahead actually with his ace-high. Let's see if Christian wants to keep the pressure on here. Would like to see him, if he's gonna bet, would like to see him size up here approximately to 4 or 5k and really make it look like he's gonna jam the river. So if Hjörtur wants to call, he's gonna have to commit a lot of his chips, but Hjörtur bets 3.5k himself, and a really interesting start to this Nations Cup final table. While Christian lets go of his king eye straight draw. So Hjörtur just kind of tagging along on the flop, picks up a flush draw on a turn, and does not give away this opportunity to steal this pot away. We can see that Hjörtur actually had the best hand all the way through, pre-flop, on the flop, on the turn, but I'm pretty sure he was thinking he was bluffing in this spot.
It's necessary to put the cards separated to the lecture.
So one more time, the winner of today's Nations Cup gets a awesome trophy plus 10,000 euros. Second place gets 6,000 euros, and third place 4,000 euros. Fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh place get absolutely nothing. But obviously, you are representing your country. You are already, you have already done a great job by qualifying in this tournament. But once you made it this far, I'm sure you really want to make it all the way through. Christian with the ace jack, after losing a decent sized pot on the second hand, now opens it up from the button to 500, makes it 2.5 big blind. Hjörtur with pocket fours, definitely. Again, you can sometimes 3-bet it, but 100 big blinds deep, no issue with calling here. Makes the call. Christian makes the call with the ace 2, so 3 ways to the pot, 1.7k in the middle. We see a flop of 6, 8, and a 10, so everybody misses again. Hjörtur still ahead with his pocket fours, but let's see if Christian wants to steal this one away. A little bit of a scary board for the ace jack. Kind of want to take a card off, try and hit a 9, queen, king, ace, or a jack here, but gets a 5 of hearts. So Hjörtur still ahead with his fours and leads in. Really off to a hot start here. Bets 800, gets rid of Christian. Gets rid of Christian Gonzalez and gets rid of Christian Arstad as well. So a player from Iceland, our early chip leader here. We can see Simo still waiting to play his first hand. Raiko hasn't played a hand yet, but Arstad really wants a hot start. Hasn't been able to get a lot of things going at the moment, but still plenty of time, plenty of room. We are playing 20-minute levels. You can see the blinds are 100 and 200 with a 200 peak blind ante as well. So this is a pretty decently turbo structured tournament. I'm guessing we will crown the winner within the next 4 hours. But obviously things can differentiate a little bit here. This could be over in 2, could be a marathon session of 6 hours, but not too long of a poker session today. If you're joining us, we are streaming to Facebook and YouTube today. Definitely press the follow button or the subscribe button if you're watching from YouTube to be able to see the streams tomorrow, day after tomorrow, all the way down to 31st of August, when we will bring you the main event final table. Coolbet Open main event will be €550 tournament, and day 1A is running already. At the moment we have 175 entries, so it's gonna be a big one, guys. It's gonna be a big one. Decent first place. I'm guessing tomorrow is gonna be 2 times as many players, so probably the prize pool will reach definitely above 200k, but closer to 300,000 euros, with the first place getting about 60-70k. But we'll see. I'll give you that information tomorrow. As it is, Simo is gonna raise it up with his pocket jacks. Makes it 500. Felipe thought about it, but look at that, guys. This might be it for Simo, actually. I mean, it's 100 big blinds deep, jacks versus aces. Raiko is gonna raise it up with his pocket aces, and depending on how Simo plays the jacks. I mean, Simo might just call the 3-bet, but Simo might definitely 4-bet, and the chips might go in here. Let's see. Looks like Simo is just going to make the call with his jacks, and really hopes to see a jack here or a couple of overcards. Obviously, he thinks he doesn't want to see any aces, kings, or queens, but that queen might save Simo here. Queen 7-7 on a flop. Raiko can definitely 3-bet pre-flop with a hand like ace, queen, king, queen suited. Maybe, well, obviously queens, kings, and aces, but Raiko plays it sneaky. Checks it over to Simo with his aces on a queen 7-7. Flop gets checked through. 9 of diamonds on a turn. I'm guessing, unless Simo thinks that Raiko plays pocket queens like that, I'm thinking that Simo at the moment doesn't put Raiko on a hand like aces or kings. Definitely thinks that Raiko is gonna see bet this hand. So Raiko bets 2.1k, will definitely get called by Simo's jacks. At least one street he's gonna call it off, and we're gonna have to make some serious decisions on the river here with 7.9k in the middle. Will Simo get away cheap here? 9 of spades on the river. So I mean, let's think of hands that Raiko plays for value that way that Simo can beat. Raiko can definitely play jacks, 10s. Something like hands that Simo can beat. Jacks or 10s. Probably. Most likely 8s are gonna just call pre-flop. So not too many hands, but definitely Raiko has quite a few bluffs here. Bets 3.1k. Simo makes the call with the jacks, and I mean, gets away decently cheap here. He still has 13k remaining. Raiko adds 7,000 of Simo's chips and is now the new chip leader, but this could have been a complete disaster for Simo. But I mean, he leaves himself with 65 big blinds and still doing great here, or at least has a chance. But yeah, Raiko definitely can have a few bluffs there as well. Something like ace 3, ace 2, ace 4, ace 5 suited. Want to play a hand like this. Maybe bet the river to get rid of a few chop hands, like let's say Simo has something like ace jack suited, ace king that decides to just call pre-flop. As it is, it's Raiko from Estonia has the home crowd advantage here in Nordic Hotel and Chesterfield Poker Club, where this is being played. This tournament is being played in the Chesterfield Poker Club, but Coolbet Open main event is being played right next doors in the Nordic Hotel conference rooms, where we are located as well. I am located as well. I can see the players from my window here, and it's a pretty nice vibe out there. Felipe makes it 400. No, it's Hjörtud with these pocket aces. Makes it 400. Felipe makes the call. Jimmy makes the call, and we see a flop of 10-9-3. So Felipe and Jimmy both with top pair. Hjertud with an over pair of aces. And bets big. Bets 1,000 chips here. I definitely, I can see Jimmy and Felipe both making a call here. Jimmy, after flopping top pair, probably doesn't want to let go of his top pair just yet. I don't really see him raising as well on a pretty wet board, but Jimmy does not agree with me. No, I mean Felipe. Felipe does not agree with me. He raises it up to 2.5k. So Jimmy probably now knows that his 10 is most likely not good. Even if it is good, it's against a combo draw of sorts, which 10-7 doesn't play that great against. Hjertud makes the call with his pocket aces. Very clean ace of spades on a turn. Checks it over to Felipe. Does Felipe want to bet one more time here? 6.5k in the middle. We are playing for 20,000 euros here, and obviously the bragging rights. Felipe bets 3,000 here to make the call. And I mean, if I'm a guessing man, the river should go check. I don't think that Felipe has too much value here on the river. It goes check quite quickly, and Hjertud retakes the chip lead now up to 32k. Felipe pummels down to 14.6k after losing this one with his top pair, decent kicker. But back-to-back aces, guys. I mean, if that's how it's gonna go, I mean, we're not here for a long one. Hjertud up to 160 big blinds, 32k. Raiko, 27,000, 19k for Christian G. Jimmy E with 17.9. Christian A with 16.4. Felipe with 14.6. And Simo, after running his jacks into pocket aces, now left with 13,000 or 65 big blinds. 65 big blinds. I mean, it's everything. It's plenty of poker to be played. We're still in the first level. Christian Arstad from Norway, rocking his national flag and Coolbet logo. Let's go with the Jack Deuce. Christian Gonzalez from Chile. At least that's the flag. Christian Gonzalez raises it up to 400. Felipe. Let's go with this, and Raiko now with ace king. I mean, two hands Raiko has played. I'm assuming at least that he's gonna play the ace king. He has been aces and now ace king. Hot hands. Raises it up to 1.5k. 1.1k, excuse me. Let's see if Christian wants to take a flop with a suited ace. Suited aces are quite powerful actually in poker, especially perfect hands to sometimes turn into bluffs. Would not definitely would not have minded to see him raise it up to something like 3.5 with the ace deuce, but as it is, he's gonna see the flop of deuce 3 and a 7, so bottom pair for Christian retakes the lead here. But Raiko has the betting lead. He can definitely represent the overpairs here, and isn't super afraid of this board as well. Obviously, he still loses to small pocket pairs and hands like ace deuce, ace 3, maybe something like 6-7 suited, 7-8 suited. Leads out for 1,000 here. Christian is gonna take a card off. He's gonna at least call this flop with his pair and a backdoor flush draw as well. See what develops here. Play some street poker and take it to the streets. Never mind. I'm gonna stop guessing here. Christian takes the flop, but does not want to continue here. Knows that there aren't too many good cards coming on a turn. I mean, ace might even get him in trouble should he run into something like pocket aces or ace 3. And just let's go with the ace, pair of deuces here. You can see top 3 gets paid. Huge difference here in 3rd or 4th place. We talked a little with the players as well before the tournament, what they thought about coming here as well. Christian Astad said that he's really looking forward to represent Norway in the final. He's already a Coolbet ambassador through his Twitch channel and social media, so to represent the Norwegian Coolbet community in the Nations Cup final makes him both proud and excited. Raiko, another ace-king here. After Hierto just limps in with his pair of fives, Raiko is gonna raise it up a little bit here. Makes it 1.1k one more time. Raiko running hot with cards here, playing aggressively as well. Jimmy makes the call. Jimmy does make the call with the king-queen off. Simo lets go of his small pair of fours. Actually, everybody with a quite strong hand here. Jimmy folds the fours. Christian Arstad lets go of the king jack, and Hjertud will see the flop with his pair of fives. So ace king, king queen, and pocket fives off to the flop. 3.8k in the middle, and Raiko flops top pair, top kicker. Ace 6 7. Difficult for his opponents to continue on this board, but you can see that Raiko really likes to play sneakily. Again, we saw him check the flop with the pair of aces, and now checks it with the top pair, top kicker, and Jimmy takes the bait. Jimmy leads out for 1.6k. That'll get rid of pair of fives, but Raiko not going anywhere here. Will he just make the call, or will he raise it up? He does make the call. We can see that Jimmy is all but drawing dead here on the flop. 4 of odds on the turn. 7,000 in the middle. Raiko takes it over to Jimmy one more time. Will Jimmy give up here, or will he try for another bet? Yes, Jimmy will try one more time here. 7,000 in the middle. He will bet half of it. 3.5k. And Raiko 3.2k. And Raiko is looking interested. Wants to see how much or how many chips does Jimmy have behind. Gets the information that it's approximately 12,000. That's 3.2k. Raiko goes all in here. Thinks that he doesn't want to get flush draw to get there something like 8-9 in case Jimmy is drawing anyway. Tries to put it in on a turn, but we can see that Jimmy cannot make the call with a king-queen. Jimmy now left with 12,000. Our early chip leaders are Raiko and Hjertud. Raiko has almost doubled his stack now. Lines have gone up to 100 and 300. With a 300 peak blind ante as well. We're playing 20-minute levels. And if you are wondering what's the password for the free buy tournament, then the password is 8. We have top 4 players will get a 30 € Coolbet Passport ticket, and 5th till 18th place will get a 5 € ticket. So 10 cents is the entry fee, and the password is 8. With the letters E, I, G, H, and a T. So you're all welcome to join. If you don't have Coolbet Poker client, go ahead over to coolbet.com and download it. And I mean, get used to playing a little bit of poker. Maybe join us here either in Tallinn or on the next Coolbet Open event as well, and you can get in for free or for 10 cents. You get the 30 € ticket, make that into a package, 1,600 € package, get a nice trip for yourself, play some poker, win a lot of money. I mean, life is good, right? I am definitely gonna play a few tournaments here myself. I'm thinking even today maybe. I mean, there's a nice little 300 € deep stack tournament starting at 9 p.m. But since we will have coverage of the Deep Stack Championship for you guys tomorrow, I will probably not play this one. Because, I mean, what's the point of playing a tournament if you can't play the final table, right? But at 11 p.m. there will be a €150 Hyper Turbo tournament, which sounds kind of hot. Queen 3-7 on the flop, 2.5k in the middle, and Raiko flops top pair with a decent kicker, and Hjörtud, the second chip leader, has his own top pair as well. So let's see if the big stacks will clash here. Simo does not connect with his fives, and Raiko leads out for 1.3k. Hjörtud is not going anywhere just yet, but Simo will let go of his fives. And I mean, if another queen comes, if the last queen comes, these guys are gonna clash for all of it. I'm guessing at least. 7 of clubs on a turn, so doesn't bring in the most obvious draw of diamonds, but adds another flush draw to the board. Now 2 clubs and 2 diamonds on the flop. Check, check on a turn. And a 6 of diamonds on the river, so Hjörtud actually leads out for 3k here. And will Raiko believe him? Hjörtud is thinking that he's value betting here. He's value betting his top pair here, but Raiko has a better kicker. His king plays here. Best 5-card combination in No Limit Hold'em plays. So both players with queens and 7s, but Raiko with a better kicker of king. Hjörtud has the 5th card for jack. Will Raiko fold, and Hjörtud gets rid of the best hand. Raiko probably thinking that there's a decent chance that Hjörtud actually hit the flush, but well, would be interesting to ask from Hjörtud later on, that was he bluffing here or was he value betting? But I'm thinking that Hjörtud was value betting here and doesn't even know that he was value betting with the worst hand, and Raiko lets go of the king queen. Still our chip leader, still with a decent stack, 34k. Hjörtud right on his heels with 33.7. Christian Gonzalez third place with 18.1k. Jimmy and Simo need to make something happen. Our Nordic players not doing too hot at the moment. Finns and Swedes, I mean, they're world famous for their aggressive play, so let's see if Simo and Jimmy will live up to that name here. Raiko doesn't find a hot hand for a change, so let's go with the queen deuce. 10-5 hits the mark. Simo let's go with the 9-7. Now off to the button. I'm guessing Christian, an aggressive player himself. I mean, if it's folded to him on the button, I'm assuming that he's gonna open more often than not. I mean, he's probably the most accomplished poker player of the bunch. So he raises it up to 700 with a king 8. Gets a call from Hjörtur. Christian with jack 7 of hearts, he will come along. So 3 ways to the flop here. Queen 10, jack 7, king 8. 2.4k in the middle with 100 and 300 blinds here. Jack 9, 6. So an open-ended straight draw for Hjörtur. Top pair for Christian Gonzalez, and Christian Arstad misses this one completely, but it's checked over to Christian 6B, and he will check it through as well. Hjörtur now with top pair, and Christian adds a flush draw, and Arstad himself with a straight draw. Now everybody's connected a little bit. Hjörtur will check it over to Gonzalez here. And Gonzalez does not want to bet with his pair of jacks and a flush draw. And will Christian now try and steal this one away? We know that it wouldn't work, but still. I mean, none of his opponents have shown any interest on this board, so maybe he can steal this one away, right? Nah, he will check it through. So to the river, which is an 8. So a pair of 8s for Christian Arstad, pair of queens for Hjörtur, and a pair of jacks for Christian Gonzalez. 2,500 on the river is the bet, and a quick fold from Gonzalez here. Doesn't even consider calling here with his second pair. Obviously there is a straight on a board. Sorry, not a pair of queens for Hjörtur. It was a straight on the river for Hjörtur. tries to get paid, but doesn't get any more, but takes the chip lead. Now up to 35.4k. Simo down to approximately 40 big blinds. So Simo said that he's been playing poker for more or less for the past 10 years, mostly online. He plays mainly micro and small stakes cash games, and he's yet to have any big tournament wins. So would be a sick score for Simo here to cash for 10,000 euros. I mean, if you're a micro stakes player, or even if you're not a micro stakes player, for any player, 10,000 euros and a Nations Cup. I mean, it's awesome. Christian Gonzalez said that he feels incredibly fortunate to be able to experience this after so many years, tournaments and missions. He feels that this is the most important tournament of his life thus far, so he's very motivated and prepared to rise to the challenge. Awesome trip for him. Christian Arstad, Coolbet ambassador and a streamer, poker streamer. He had quite a few words to say as well. He said he's been playing poker for a long time now, and it has been bit by bit grown a big part of his life. It peaked to a professional level around 2020. Around the same time he started streaming at Twitch. His biggest scores are 2 second place finishes in Norwegian Championship main event in Dublin 2019 and in Norway in 2021. So almost a 2-time Norwegian champion, but unfortunately, I mean, second places are great scores. Raiko Kukk, our second place holder at the moment from Estonia, has played mostly 2 to 4 table live tournaments because that's the capacity in the local casino in Tartu. So he's a player from Tartu, second biggest city in Estonia. Plays the local tournaments there. His brightest accomplishment in live tournaments is second place finish in a big tournament series in Tallinn 8 or something years ago. Lately there's not been too much time for him to play poker because private life has been taken all the time, but he's definitely proud and happy to be here. Gonzalez with ace king here makes it 600. Felipe with 10-4, let's go, of his rags. Raiko has been hit in the face with the deck, basically. Has been getting quite a few good hands, couple of ace kings, one pair of aces as well. He will make the call from the big blind with the ace 7, so a few aces heads up to the flop, 1.6k in the middle. Raiko from Estonia and Christian from Chile to the flop of king, queen and a 3, and with a couple of spades. So Raiko, besides having the 7 of spades for a backdoor flush draw, misses this one. Gonzalez flops top pair, top kicker. I expect to see a bet of something like 600, but maybe Christian wants to lead out for even more. Quite a draw heavy board with a king, queen, a spade, so he will bet out, and he most likely is not gonna get a call from Raiko. But Raiko, he's a tricky player. He might, you know, float one off here, but Christian bets 1k, Raiko folds, and our second chip leader gives away a small one here. Fairly standard hand of poker. So little information about Felipe Barros as well. Felipe hasn't played too many hands here in this tournament quite yet, but he's a cash game player, plays no limit 5 or 10, and he tries to play poker whenever he gets a chance. Calls himself a recreational player, but he tries to study, although it takes doesn't always help much. He feels he needs to work more on the mental side, so maybe a little bit of tilty player here, but definitely very much aware of it. Since he's going to the Nations Cup, he started studying a bit about tournament dynamics as well, so takes it easy in the beginning, Christian Arstad with the ace-8 of hearts now comes in with a raise. So I'm expecting Christian to be the most aggressive player at this final table. Obviously, if it's gonna be a short stack, he doesn't get a chance to play as aggressive as he wishes to, but he's definitely been active in the beginning. And usually the more aggressive players will end up with the most amount of chips, but makes it 800 and gets 700 extra, so blinds playing 100, 300 and a 300 peak blind ante. There's 700 every hand to be stolen away, and ace-8 is good enough to take it away. Christian Gonzalez, another professional poker player, by the way, has been a professional poker player for the past 10 years. His biggest cashes have been in the WSOP tournament for over 1,500 euros and Sunday special big cash in a horse tournament where he won nearly 2,000 euros. A little about the expectation. Christian Arstad said that he's been stoked for the whole concept from the beginning. So the fact that he's there and representing Norway is of course awesome. I'm also excited to meet and he's also excited to meet and heard to know the other finalists. Oh, okay, to get to know the other finalists from the other 7 countries. But when it's on, and I'm sure I'm gonna do my part to try and bring the trophy back to Norway. When we talked about Simo, about his expectations, he says he doesn't have a lot of expectations for the final table. He'll play the best game he can, and if the luck is on his side, hopefully he can make a good run. Raiko has come in with a lot of fire and fury here. He says he's excited to play on the TV table for the first time. And the other guys, I have bad news for you. I will be taking the first place. So Raiko very excited and comfortable and confident. Felipe says his expectations is to perform as well as possible within the limits of variance and table reading. And Christian Gonzalez said that he's been wanting to compete in such an important event, so he's preparing in every way possible to read his opponents well, make as few mistakes as possible, and achieve the best performance I can. I mean, these guys, they've been through some media training, I'm guessing. Definitely through some media training. Awesome information from these guys. Ace 10, Ace 9 and Queen Jack, 9-9, 5 deuce. So trips for Jimmy here. He's the shortest stack, so Jimmy definitely can use these chips that he's gonna win. The question is how many. It's Simo leading out for 1,000. Jimmy, does he just make the call or will he raise it up here? Yeah, Jimmy just makes the call for 1,000. Sets the trap. Four of diamonds on the river, and Jimmy leads out for 2.4k. Thinks that if Simo has something like a pair of 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, he's probably gonna check this river back, especially with the diamonds coming in, so he's gonna have to lead in if possible. But we can see that Simo just with an ace high does not make the call, and now Simo should be our shortest stack with 10.6k. Yeah, 35 big blinds for him. Jimmy now up to 13,000. Felipe with 13,000. Arstad with 16,000. Gonzalez with 17.4 thousand. Raiko with 33 and Hjörtur with 35. So 2 players have separated themselves a little bit. Top 3 players will get paid. First place gets the trophy and 10,000 euros. Second place 6,000 euros. Third place 4,000 euros. And fourth till 7th will get the pride of representing their country but no monetary value. Christian Gonzalez, King Jack for him. When we talked about representation, then Simo said that it's always an honor to represent Finland. Mr. Gonzalez feels that it's incredibly fortunate to experience this. And it's the most important tournament, and he's playing like it is the most important tournament. He's playing well. Raises it up to 600, gets a call from Arstad, 8-6. Ace, 9 and a 6, so Arstad takes the lead here with his pair of 6s, but Christian can definitely represent the ace here. Christian has been betting quite large on the spots when he has at it. When he has at it, he's bet 1k almost every time, so he continues with a bluff as well. The sizings remain the same, that's another, so goes for about 66% of the pot here. Leads out for 1k, and will it be enough to get rid of Arstad here? Yes, it will. So Gonzalez steals one away. The battle of Christians here, and King Jack off knows that he has a nice range advantage on this ace-high board. So Arstad does not even take one off here. Probably would have called once here if I was Arstad with 8-6. I mean, if you're defending the big blind, after flopping a pair, you kind of want to take one off. Obviously, an ace-high board is a difficult one because it usually gets barreled. So even if you kind of improve with your ace-6, add a straight draw or something, unless you get trips on 2 pair, you're probably gonna face a lot of pressure. But at the same time, you're gonna have to put your opponents on a spot to apply this pressure. 6-9 for Christian Gonzalez. He will make the fold. Felipe Barrios with the King Jack. Professional poker player. 7-handed poker tournament. King Jack. Under the gun +1. Sounds like a party. Let's go. Let's make it up. Let's raise it up to 600 chips. Christian Arstad with the ace-4 from the big blind, from the small blind, excuse me, he will fold. And Hiertur with queen-5. Definitely you can make a call with queen-5 against the min-raise when there's blinds and antes in the middle, but at the same time, kind of a difficult hand to play post-flop. Obviously you're playing out of position and doesn't flop the best. Even if you flop top pair with a pair of queens or something, you're always guessing if your queen is good or not. So yeah, we also have the information about the free buy tournament on the screen for you guys right over here. Right over here, and you can see, yeah, you can see. So 10 cents is the buy-in for the central. The password is 8, and you can see first till 4th place get a 30 € ticket, 5th till 16th will get a 5 € Coolbet password ticket. And there's 5 missing, so I will let the information. I will give the information to the TV crew. So the blinds have gone up to 200, 400. And I got my Red Bull here. 200, 400, 400 big blind ante. And Felipe just limps in from under the gun with the 8-7. Interesting play from Felipe. Simon has a chance to start applying pressure himself with the ace-queen of diamonds. Raises it up to 2.5k. Really big sizing here. Goes for almost 6.5 big blinds. 6.25 big blinds. And I mean, that'll let Felipe know that you're not you're not limping at this table. This will not go through. So Felipe tries to limp in with the 8-7, but Simo just ends the hand here with a big raise. Hiertur still our chip leader with 35k, Raiko with 33. Rest of the field with under what they started with. Everybody started with 20,000 in chips, so average stack now down to 50 big blinds already. In the Nations Cup final, these guys, they played the qualifying tournaments throughout April to June, and have made the trip to Tallinn, Estonia, to the Coolbet Open. A little bit about Coolbet Open schedule. As I said, today there's the €200 pot limit Omaha 8-max tournament, the Nations Cup final, obviously the main event for today. The main event itself, €550 tournament with 45-minute levels, and everybody starts with 300 peak lines, so deep stack main event. It will be at 9 p.m. there will be the Coolbet Open Deep Stack Championship Day 1 €330 tournament, and at 11 p.m. Acer Ziggy's Hyper Turbo Unlimited Re-Entry tournament. Christian Gonzalez with the ace queen of clubs, flops top pair, very strong kicker. Hiertur flops a gut shot straight draw, so you should Hiertur hit the 3 here. It will be super expensive for Christian. Hiertur bets 1.5 thousand, tries to steal this one away. He was the one to raise it up from the button as well, and Christian just made the call with the ace queen. Hiertur bets 1. Oh lord! Oh lordy lord! Look at that turn card. I mean, Christian was playing this ace queen super sneakily as well. What is going on here? I mean, the money is supposed to go in. Obviously, the queen on the river makes it even worse for Christian. So top 2 pair for Christian. Hiertur with a straight, but the turn was checked through, and Christian was just calling pre-flop with the ace queen. Obviously, by Christian playing this hand so sneakily, Hiertur doesn't put Christian on a strong ace, doesn't want to bet the turn, thinks that Christian will most likely fold the turn. Checks it through, but now Christian is going to bet into this one. I mean, Christian has chosen quite large sizing, so he might even go for something like 5k here. And the question is, will Hiertur raise it up, or will he just make the call? There is a slight chance of a flush. Obviously, it's a backdoor flush, but there is a slight chance of a flush. So Hiertur does not have the nuts, but still a super strong hand. So Christian bets 1.5 thousand in the middle here to raises it up to 5,000, and I don't see any way for Christian to get rid of the ace queen here. I mean, obviously you're not gonna put your opponent on ace 4, deuce 4. You're definitely not gonna put your opponent on deuce 4 as played. If he has the flush, he has the flush, but you're gonna have to pay it off. I mean, Hiertur might even there are plenty of value hands that Christian beats here as well with the ace queen. Hiertur might raise it up with something like queen 5 suited, queen 8 suited, ace 5, ace 3 that play checks through the turn. So Hiertur now has more than doubled his stack up to 43,000. Christian Gonzalez down to 10,000 or 25 big blinds. Simo with 12,000. Felipe Barrios with 13.4. Jimmy with 13.8. Christian Arstad with 15k, and Raiko, the hometown hero, second place with 34k. Jimmy now with pocket 8s, raises it up to 900, and Christian Arstad with pocket 10s. I mean, definitely a hand you can 3-bet with. Sometimes with these dynamics, people are starting to call these hands. I mean, with the dynamics, I mean, top 3 being paid a lot and 4th place getting nothing, you kind of want to eliminate the flips. Like if you 3-bet, you kind of have to call it off if your opponent is going all in, because they're very much ace king, ace queen heavy. So you kind of have to call with the tens. So might as well just call and see a flop and play this one in position, which he will do. To the flop of deuce, deuce, and a 5. Christian, perfect flop for Christian. I mean, Raiko flops 2 pair with a strong kicker, Jimmy with an overpair, but Christian with an even better overpair with the tens. Jimmy might feel like his 8s are definitely good here. Well, we'll see how good of a reader Christian is. I mean, if Jimmy is feeling super comfortable, Christian might even be afraid that Jimmy might have something like jacks, queens, aces, or kings. I mean, and be a bit worried with his pocket tens. A bet of 2k from Jimmy on the flop. Christian is obviously gonna at least call here once. I think he's gonna call it down whatever comes, but we'll see. Raiko now in a bit of a pickle. He did flop well, but at the same time, UTG player leads into 2 players, gets another call, and Raiko. Very good fold from Raiko here with the king 5. I'm thinking a lot of amateur players are gonna call it off here and just really overplay the king 5, but realizes the 5 is probably not good here. 6 of hearts on a turn, so another great card for Christian. Jimmy checks it over to Christian, so hats off to Jimmy for maybe sniffing this one through and figuring out that his 8s might not even be good here. I mean, I'm going broke. Obviously, I'm going broke here with 8s. Check, check on a turn. Raiko would have made a better 2 pair on the river, but we can see that unless Jimmy gets Christian to fold the 10s, Christian will win this pot. And a nice bet from Jimmy. Oh, nah, it's a small one, 2.5k. Definitely gonna. I mean, I said I'm not gonna assume anything, but most likely gonna get called from Christian. I mean, king is an annoying card for tens. Obviously, there are some kings in Jimmy's range, but I'm guessing that a lot of kings might want to continue bluffing on a turn, and there are more aces that want to check through that have some showdown value. Obviously, losing to ace king, but I'm thinking that something like king 10, king jack, king queen, more often than not wanna continue bluffing there, because they don't have too much showdown value, and you want to get rid of the ace eyes that floated the flop. So king seems a bit more annoying than it actually is once Arstad thinks it through. But obviously we can see the cards, and Arstad makes the call and gets a decent sized pot here, 12.3k for the Coolbet Poker Ambassador, representing Norway and Coolbet, and now first player since the beginning, I'm guessing. Since the beginning of the tournament, basically the first player besides Raiko and Hjörtur to be above the starting stack. So Christian in clear 3rd place now with 21.8k. Hjörtur and Raiko with 42k and 31k representatively. Also, I would like to say happy birthday to my mother. Today is my mother's birthday, so if you're watching us, Christian's mama, happy birthday to you. Shimo will get rid of his rags. Christian Arstad with ace-6 of hearts. We saw him raise the ace-8 of hearts, so I'm guessing the ace-6 of hearts is in his raising range as well. 700, any suited ace probably should be a raise unopened, even from under the gun. So under the gun +1, Christian makes it 800, or double the big blind. Felipe Barrios has been trying to see a few flops, but really likes those small offsuited cards. Makes the call with the 5 deuce off. Jimmy might even tag along here. I mean, Jimmy is down to his last 20 big blinds, but it's getting decent pot odds. Just 400 to call, 2.6k in the middle, 3k in the middle now, 3 ways to the flop. Christian Arstad ahead with his ace-6 to the flop of queen 3 and a 6. So gut shot straight draw for Felipe Barrios, and if you're calling with 5 deuce off pre-flop, you're probably continuing after flopping a gut shot straight draw. Jimmy with 2 overcards to Christian's pair of 6s. Everybody checks the turn. A pair of deuces with a gut shot straight draw for Felipe now. Christian still ahead with his ace-6. Probably a time to start defending the pair of 6s. Try and get some value from weaker 6s, hands like 3-4 suited, 3-5 suited. We can see that 5 deuce off is even in his opponent's ranges, something like 6-5, 6-7, 6-8 suited. Can definitely call 4s, 5s. So you can get value from those hands, as well as protect yourself from random cards like 7-8. That might, something like 9-8, if you check it through, might hit the river and you don't know what to do on the river. 9 of spades on the river, 5.4k in the middle. I'm guessing it's gonna go check, check, unless Felipe feels like he needs to bluff his pair of deuces. And it might even work, actually, should Felipe bluff here. But it does go check, check, so Christian has picked up a lot of steam. A lot of steam for the streamer, Christian Arstad. Now up to 25,000, has his own little rail and a fan club right next to him. Obviously great to represent Norway and to have friends over. Jimmy down to 18 big blinds now. Christian Gonzalez with 25 big blinds. I mean, the blinds are kind of merciless. 20-minute levels. I mean, they give a little bit of wiggle room, but 700 is hot and heavy with action anyway. And if you're starting with 100 big blinds, you need to make a move, and you need to make a move soon. I mean, I'm assuming in the next couple levels we're gonna start to see the first all-ins as well, and maybe even see a couple of bust-outs already. Christian Astad makes it 800 from under the gun. Raiko has been quiet for a while now, so figures 8-6 is as good of a hand as any. Comes in from the button with the call. Simo, Queen 10, definitely a good enough hand to compete with. No reason to turn it into a bluff, no reason to fold. I think Queen 10 flops quite decently and you're getting great pot odds. Plus there are no immediate money ladders at the moment as well. You need to make it to the top 3. And to make it to the top 3, once you're in top 3, the average stack will be about 50k. So this is on the players' minds at the moment. If they make it to this 50k point, they're probably in a good spot to make the money. And then go from there. Try and build up a stack of 40, 50,000, and then you can feel pretty decently. Jack 4, 7 on the flop, so top pair for Christian Arstad, looking like another small pot win for the Norwegian player here. But Raiko still has something here. He has flopped a gut shot straight draw with a backdoor flush draw, so he's gonna call. He does have the position as well, so maybe he can steal this one away from Christian from a later street. Simo will let go of his Queen 10 high. So 5.2k in the middle, Queen on the turn, so top 2 pair for Christian now. Does not help Raiko whatsoever, and Simo is probably kicking himself for folding the Queen 10, but at the same time we can see that what a great fold on the flop. He would have been in a bit of trouble here against Christian's top 2. We have seen a lot of checks on the turns. I really do like the bet. I mean, I think you want to continue betting here with top 2. Obviously the first fear is that no, maybe your opponent will get scared, maybe they will fold the jack, but if it is so, it is so. If you have top 2 pair, you need to build a pot. You don't have to be worried about your opponent folding. You want to build a pot with your strong hands and with your bluffs. Otherwise, other players will, and you just won't win enough with your strong hands. It's not super easy to get strong hands in poker, so once you get them, you need to make most of it. Hjörtur still our chip leader, but Christian Arstad now right on the heels of Raiko. Cook from Estonia up to 28.5k, and he's been the table captain at least lately. It was a hot start for Raiko and Hjörtur. But Christian Arstad, he's been playing, I mean, he hasn't been hit in the face with the deck. I mean, he's been playing quite loose, but at the same time solid. Hjörtur with pocket sevens. I mean, and chip lead, definitely can see him raise it up, which he will. Makes it 800 from under the gun. Will he pick up any customers though? I think this one is over with the raise from the chip leader. Nobody wants to play against him. Pats himself on the back and applauds himself a little bit. I mean, if Christian is having a nice rail and friends next to him, you need to cheer yourself up. Who else is gonna do it if you don't do it yourself, right? Nations Cup. Last year's winner came from Chile, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think it was Luis Reboledo. If I'm not mistaken, I'm definitely not reading the information, but if my memory is correct, it was Luis Reboledo who traveled all the way from Nueva Imperial in the south of Chile to Europe to play some poker. Exactly, yeah. Now I'm starting to remember. Yeah. He ended up becoming the first Nations Cup winner ahead of Taavi Välison from Estonia and Christian Sebi from Sweden. It was some kind of script like this. Yeah. So we will have a new winner. Will we have a new nation? That is not sure yet. We still have players from Chile, and definitely, I mean, everybody has a chance here, but it's looking like Iceland at the moment. It's looking a bit like Iceland, Estonia, or Norway, but No Limit Hold'em, anything can change at any time. Felipe Barrios, I mean, he's been trying to mix it up. Hasn't been working out too well for him yet, but still, I mean, he's giving himself a chance. At least he's trying. Raiko Kuk, first time at a TV table. He will raise it up with his king jack off. Makes it 1000. Christian Arstad now with another suited ace, this time ace 7 of spades. We've seen him play ace 6, we've seen him play ace 8. Both times, by the way, he flopped second pair. And this time the ace 7 of spades is good enough for a call from the button. Hjörtur, our chip leader, with the queen jack off. Queen jack off against under the gun +1 and a button call. I mean, you have options. Basically, you have all three options. Nobody would blame you if you folded the queen jack from out of position. You could definitely turn it into a bluff and try and pick up the chips in the middle, and you can just make the call and try and flop something. Basically, it flops decently well, the queen jack. Obviously, you would want it to be suited, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right? 4.4k in the middle, 995 on the flop. So Christian Gonzalez outflops everybody here. Now with two pair and a 10-5 of diamonds. Checked over all the way to Christian Arstad, who would check through as well. 6 of clubs on a turn, doesn't change much. But Hjörtur, our chip leader, and queen jack high, actually the weakest hand here, leads out. And I'm thinking that it's gonna work. I'm thinking it's gonna work. He's gonna get rid of Christian. Christian still has 2 players left behind him. Raiko is not gonna do anything with his king jack, and so unless Christian Arstad wants to continue with his ace 7 and a gut shot straight draw, it's going to work. And Hjörtur, I mean, this time I'm gonna applaud you myself. Well played hand, my man. Takes the worst hands and gets everybody to fold. Blinds have now gone up to 300, 600, which is not great news for Jimmy from Sweden, because Jimmy will be left with 12 big blinds now. 12 big blinds for Jimmy. Christian with 15 big blinds or 14 and a half big blinds. Felipe with a bit less than 20. Same for Simo. Christian Arstad, our third place stack, and Raiko will be basically with about 45 big blinds, and our chip leader there, the Icelandic wonder Hjörtur Davidsson, he will have about 75 big blinds. Raiko now with the ace-4, let's go. Off the raggy offsuited ace. Christian Arstad with pocket 8s now, definitely good enough for a raise. There's 1.5 in the middle to be stolen away, and Arstad will not let anybody ask him twice. Hjörtur, another queen jack off. He will make the call for 1.2k. Felipe Barrios, I mean, he likes the 8-6, he likes the deuce 5. I'm guessing king 5 is more than good enough for Felipe here. But we will have to wait and see. He will fold to king 5. Does not like the king high. Instead, wants to play smaller suited connectors or better hands. Jack 4 deuce. Hjörtur takes another top pair here, and Christian, actually, he doesn't hate this board. There's not, I mean, there's obviously the jack 9 suited, jack 10s, queen jacks, and king jacks that don't 3-bet pre-flop and just might call. But there's just one overcard to your 8s. You don't mind this board. So he's gonna bet 1.2k and gets instantly raised from Hjörtur. I mean, that's a 6 spot. If I'm Christian, I'm definitely calling here. I mean, Hjörtur might have a pure bluffs. He might have something like ace 3, ace 5, even ace 4, ace deuce that might just want to kind of raise it up. Pocket 5s, pocket 6s, pocket 7s that you can beat. That do this, I'll raise to see where I'm at type of raise. Maybe protect against something like ace king. So I'm definitely taking a card off here with my pocket 8s. But here Christian is a lot better player than I am. I am just a merely commentator. I know nothing. You can call me Jon Snow if you want. But Christian gets rid of the 8s, and a fantastic fold from Christian here. And definitely an interesting raise from Hjörtur as well. Would have tricked me. I would have assumed Hjörtur to just call with top pairs. So I would have definitely walked right into the trap. But Christian has been playing poker for a long time, as he says himself. Has been streaming poker for approximately 5 years now already, or 4.5 years. And he sniffs this one through. Now, Jimmy, Christian Gonzalez, Felipe Barrios, and Simo Ikäheimo, they really need to make something happen now. In the next few levels at least. This level or next level, I mean, they can't just dwindle off anymore, so they need to start making some super aggressive moves. But obviously it's been all Christian with all the hands at the moment. Christian Arstad now with ace queen. Raises it up to 1.2 thousand. Christian Gonzalez, perfect hand to 3-bet go all in with, but he just decides to call. I think Christian Gonzalez, if you're watching it through, I'm thinking with the dynamics as it is, you need to finish top 3. You don't have any money ladders. I think 14 big blinds, pocket 6s, you kind of have to go with it. You need to, I mean, you need to take a risk. Maybe you take this one through, maybe you're flipping for your tournament life, and maybe you're behind, but you kind of need to take these risks. But as it is, Christian gets a great flop for himself, unless, besides hitting a 6, that is as good as they come. 10, 5, 3, just one overcard to his 6s. You have the backdoor straight draw, you have the backdoor flush draw. But Christian with 2 overcards and the key card, the ace of spades. He has the backdoor nut flush draw. Bets 1.2 thousand. That's the problem with calling with 6s. You kind of don't know where you're at post flop anyway, so you need to be guessing. If your opponent is playing aggressively, you kind of need to play the guessing game anyway. 3 of clubs, another great card for Christian sixes. Will the battle of Christians, will it be Norway or will it be Chile? Although Christian, in my research, I would think Christian Gonzalez has at least his Hendon mob as an Argentinian flag, but I trust the Chile. I trust in the Chile, I tell you. Check from Christian Arstad over to Christian Gonzalez, who bets 2,000 here. Another annoying spot for Ace Queen. Gets the 8s, has to fold, now gets the Ace Queen and has to fold, and 2 strong hands results in about 7k net loss for Arstad here, so quite an annoying bet of 2,000. So well played, Gonzalez, as it is. He plays it to perfection and gets a nice chunk of change for himself. Needs those chips at the moment. Very important pots. Basically every pot you're playing at the moment, if you have 10k or less, is very important to win. So you kind of need to pick your spots and play them quite aggressively, in my opinion. Obviously, once we get to the money bubble, which is 4 players remaining, then the dynamics change a lot. But the blinds are merciless in that sense. You need to make something happen. Simo with 6-7, obviously you can't force the issue. So you're gonna let go of the 6-7 here. Nice play from Simo. Christian with another... I mean, I'm thinking if Christian is winning the last 2 hands, he's probably paying the Queen 9. But now down to 27 big blinds. Sorry, 30 something big blinds still. He's gonna fold and let go the Queen 9. Hjörtur applies the pressure now up to 50k. 50k is the golden mark at the moment. That's a top 3 stack. That's definitely a top 3 average stack. There's a total of 140,000 chips in this tournament. 7 players with 20k starting stacks. Christian Gonzalez just makes the call again with the ace-jack. Jimmy doesn't want to play the 7 deuce, so heads up to the flop. Chip leader and a very aggressive player, Hjörtur, with king 4 of hearts. Christian with ace-jack. 6, 8 and a 9. So none of the players really like this board, but I'm thinking Hjörtur has plans of stealing this one away with a continuation bet. And a strong continuation bet as well. It looks like 2.6k, 3.6k even. Very strong bet, and Christian has nothing left to do but to fold the ace-jack high here. So our chip leader is doing chip leader things, and which we love to see. He has separated himself from the field considerably. Second place, Raiko with 27k, I think, something like that. And now he's up to 53,000, yeah. Hjörtur with 53, twice the second stack. Raiko 27, Christian 21, and Simo, Christian, Felipe and Jimmy all with 12k or less. Blinds are 3-6 with a 600 big blind ante. Who will be our first bust out? We can see we have a front runner already from Iceland. Do we have any more awesome information from our Icelandic player? Let's see. Not too much, not too much. He's a mystery man. He's a mystery man. But he definitely can play some cards, and Raiko can also play some cards from the button. He's going after those blinds and antes, boys and girls. Raises it up to 1.4 thousand. Jimmy goes all in with his pocket 8s for the last 9 big blinds for 5,800 chips. Simo, let's go. But we can see that Raiko actually has decent pot odds here. He needs like 36% equity to make the call here. We can see that Raiko actually is way ahead with his 10-9 high. 57% should he make the call, but obviously he doesn't think that Jimmy has, or he's flipping all that often, so he will fold the 10-9 high, and Jimmy now up to 8.4k. Our shortest stack gets a little extra. Still the shortest stack though. 14 big blinds. But look at that. Look at that. Hjörtur with 89 bigs. Fourth place stack is 18 bigs. Should Hjörtur and Raiko clash and Hjörtur come up on top, or let's say Hjörtur and Christian Arstad clash and Hjörtur come up on top in a big pot, it's gonna be super difficult for anybody to go against Hjörtur here. 9-8 offsuit from under the gun, has the chip lead, but obviously you have like 4 3-bet shoving stacks behind you, so you fold to 9-8 even with the chip lead. Felipe, 16 big blinds, ace-7 off from the hijack, 3 players behind him. I think you're gonna have to go after it. Now the question is, do you start shoving with 16 big blinds or will you still min raise? Felipe thinks all in is the move, goes all in. Raiko folds the jack-9, Jimmy cannot call, Simo cannot call. Christian Arstad cannot make the call, and blinds and antes will go to Felipe Barrios. I think it's the first pot Felipe wins in the table, so finally one goes over to his way, and now up to 11.2k. A nice aggressive move with the ace-7. He was around that range where you can definitely shove the ace-7. I'm thinking I'm probably still min raising there with ace-7, but at the same time you open the door for a light 3-bet shove, right? So sometimes it's better to shove. You might even get, you're gonna get ace-8 to fold, ace-9 to fold, hands that have plenty of equity that might want to call a raise, hands like king jack, king 10, king queen, queen jack. So once you get called, you're probably way behind, but at the same time you're gonna generate a lot more folds with the shove there. Christian with the king 4 folds. Felipe now with ace-4, he will fold. Raiko lets go of the 6 deuce. Jimmy with queen deuce off, doesn't want anything to do with any part of this pot. Simo 17 bigs and 4 deuce. He's been quite card dead this final table, but Christian definitely has not been card dead, hasn't worked out for him every time, but still in 3rd place, and now finds pocket queens against the chip leader as well. The perfect guy to find queens against, the aggressive chip leader. Raises it up to 1.9k, and the aggressive chip leader actually has a very good hand. Ace-7 of spades for him, does not 3-bet, just makes the call, so heads up to the flop, 4.4k in the middle. Obviously Christian wants to not see any aces on the board. Nice flop for Christian here. Jack high, jack 5 deuce, 2 clubs, no players with a club. Hjörtur still with ace high, backdoor flush draw, so I'm guessing Christian is gonna see that and Hjörtur is gonna call. Something like 1.6k should be coming here. Christian bets for 1.6k. Call me a wizard, guys. Hjörtur makes the call. 7.6k in the middle. And a 7 of hearts. Very difficult card for Hjörtur here. Hjörtur might give something back. I mean, the pot is already decent, 7.6k. But Hjörtur gets a pair of 7s now against Christian's pair of queens. Christian is gonna continue betting, and after improving on a turn, we'll see if Hjörtur gets away from the a7. Instantly folds the a7. So I mean, fantastic play from Hjörtur. And I mean, obviously, if you're Christian, you're trying to target jacks here. You're betting large. You're trying to get it all in by the river. Everything makes sense. I think it's a great line from Christian Arstad and a fantastic snap fold from Hjörtur. With a chip lead, players can get a lot more splashy. So I mean, with a chip lead, you might feel like, it doesn't matter that much if I call this 5.7k. Maybe I'm right. You kind of get this God mode vibe, but not with Hjörtur. 3 minutes remaining of this blind levels of 3 and 6. Next level will be 4 and 8. Barrios with Queen 5 has been getting a lot of those top bottom type hands, Queen 5s, Jack 3s, King 4s. Jimmy doesn't want to play the Ace 2s, neither does Christian with the 10-3, so the battle of blinds, and the chip leader gets a very strong hand, ace king. I don't see I don't see an all-in coming anyway, because Mr. Gonzalez has been playing the call strategy in position. So whatever Gonzalez has, I'm guessing he's just going to call, should he call or fold. But we'll see. Gonzalez with jack 6 of diamonds, facing a raise of 2.1k. 3.5 big blinds. He will fold the jack 6, and the rich get richer. Hjörtur now back up to over 50,000 in chips. So very smooth sailing for Hjörtur at the moment. Players are starting to get anxious about the blinds, obviously. The blinds will eat you up if you don't find any hands or any opportunities to go after those big blinds and antes. It's a 7 max tournament as well. The Nations Cup on the line, with a lot of money as well. 20,000 euros will be divided between those 7 players for the top 3 players. One more time, first place takes 10,000 euros and the Nations Cup. Second place, 6,000 euros. Fourth place, 4,000 euros. Simultaneously, there is a pot limit Omaha tournament and the Coolbet Open main event Day 1A running as well. Day 1A has generated 185 players thus far, with a prize pool of 89,725 euros. Obviously, Day 1B is still to be played. Day 1A is still in a re-entry period as well. Blinds are 500, 1,000 at the moment, so you still get 30 big blinds if you re-enter at the moment, which is plenty of big blinds, to be honest. With 45-minute levels, it's plenty of playroom. Re-entry period is open for 10 levels today. Last hand of this level for the Nations Cup players. We have Sweden represented, Iceland represented, Chile represented, Estonia, Finland and Norway. Simo with 10-7. He will let it go. Christian Arstad now with pocket kings. I mean, he's found aces, kings, queens thus far, as well as pocket eights. A couple of times ace kings. He will raise it up to 1.2k. Gets a call from Hjörtur with a suited connector, 10-9 suited. For Hjörtur makes the call from the cutoff. Gets rid of Christian Gonzalez from the button, as well as Raiko Kuk from small blinds. So heads up to the flop. Let's see a sick one. Let's see 7-8-4, something like that. Or why not Jack 10 deuce? I mean, pair of 10s with a backdoor flush and a straight draw for Hjörtur. Christian with an over pair of kings, and Hjörtur is gonna have a lot more trouble this time, because Christian can definitely have a lot of ace kings, ace queens. Christian bets 1.2, Hjörtur makes the call. Should there be a 10 or a 9 on a turn? Instead, there's a king of diamonds, giving Christian top set here. Hjörtur with a gut shot straight draw now, but for the dummy end of a straight, obviously should be afraid of an ace as well. Christian is gonna bet larger. Christian might go very close to pot size or even a bit over the pot size. I'm thinking he wants to size up for a river champ. And another fantastic quick fold. Another fantastic quick fold for Hjörtur. Christian shows his rail, the card, shows the kings. And the blinds have gone up to 400, 800. You can see after the blinds have gone up, our chip leader will have 60 big blinds. Christian Arstad second place with 35 big blinds. Raiko with 30 big blinds. And Felipe, Simo, Christian and Jimmy all with 15 big blinds or less. So let's call it the moving level. I'm guessing we're gonna see at least 3 all-in shoves this level. In the next 20 minutes there will be action. The question is, will there be blood? We don't know yet. but a very strong chance of first blood coming up in this level 5. 2,000 chips in the middle, every single hand to be stolen away. Very important 2,000 for 4 players. Obviously for all 7 players, every 2k matters a lot, but if you're in this 15 big blinds or less territory, you're gonna wanna go after it. But Christian keeps the pressure up, raises it up with Queen Jack of Spades to 1.6k. We've been seeing the two Christians clash quite a bit today, and I think 12 big blinds and pocket nines is an all-in hand for Gonzalez. I really think that you gotta wanna go all in, Gonzalez, but nah, he proves me wrong one more time. Just makes the call, leaves himself with 10 big blinds behind, but at the same time gives Arstad a chance to hit the queen or a jack or spades. Felipe folds the 7-5. Raiko folds, he's 8-3. But Jimmy with pocket sixes, he might go all in here, and he's going to get called. That's the thing, he's gonna get called by the nines. So Jimmy looks, there's 5.2 thousand in the middle. He's going all in. Maybe he can steal away this 5.2 thousand.
7.6.
Arstad folds the queen jack, and I think Christian Gonzalez has to make the call with the nines, and he will be in great shape to eliminate Jimmy in 7th place. And 7th place for Sweden in this Nation Cup is looming. But Christian still needs to find the call. Does make the call, and he will have 78% to eliminate Jimmy Emterby from Sweden in 7th place, but still 2 6s in the pot, 18,000 in the middle. Super important pot of for both these players. 2, 3 and a 5 on a flop, so a straight draw for Jimmy here. Needs a 6 or a 4, and needs this 6 or a 4 on the river, or else Jimmy is eliminated. Jack of hearts on the river means Christian Gonzalez eliminates Jimmy Etterby from Sweden in 7th place, and it was level 5 that drew first blood. And the just calling pre-flop ended up working fine one more time for Gonzalez, and Gonzalez proves me wrong that his strap just got Jimmy into it. I'm guessing if Christian Gonzalez is going all in pre-flop, he's just gonna win the race from Christian Arstad, and Jimmy's gonna find a way to fold the 6s. But by just calling, Jimmy goes after the 5.2k, but good game, Jimmy. I mean, the best player from Sweden well represented. I think the hand kind of played itself. You have to go all in there. I think you have everything to be proud of, Jimmy. So GG, this time 7th was the place that the cards gave you, but we'll definitely see you battling next year as well. Arstad with ace-10 of spades this hand. I mean, he's been getting a lot of good hands. They haven't all worked out, but he's really getting the top of the deck. Raises it up to 1.6k, and another strong hand against Christian's a bit less strong hand. Raiko finds the ace-king. He's been very quiet for about an hour now. Hasn't played all too many hands for approximately an hour. Now 3 bets to 3.6 thousand, so a very small 3 bet from Raiko with the ace-king. Will Christian take a flop? That is the question. Or will he even 4-bet bluff here? Makes it something like 7.2. Just click it back, but no, I mean, Christian Arstad has impressed me a lot. He's been getting away from quite a few sticky situations, in my opinion. Against the super small 3-bet, I'm calling. I'm taking a flop, probably hitting an ace and going bust. But Arstad, you can see the most aggressive player at our final table as well. 50% aggression aggression frequency for him, so half of the times he gets a chance to bluff bet at the board, he will do it. Our chip leader in second place in that. Obviously, that's usually the case. The more aggressive players usually end up with the most amount of chips. At the same time, if you have more chips, you get to be more aggressive, so those kind of go hand for hand. Christian Gonzalez with the king 6. I don't see him playing the king 6, even though he's considering it. He has some newly found wealth. You can see that Christian Gonzalez is a little bit nervous even. We can see the hands shaking a bit, which is definitely understandable. Considerable amount of money to be played for, and obviously the Nations Cup. I mean, what prestige. Simo goes all in from this small blind with Queen 9. Will Arstad make the call though? The all-in is for 10.5 big blinds, but Arstad folds the ace-7. Doesn't want to go blind versus blind the ace-7 for 10 big blinds. Simo definitely has a tight image at the moment, but you kind of have to assume that blind versus blind people are shoving quite wide for 10 big blinds. We could see Queen 9 definitely being in his range, but Arstad feels that maybe he can outplay his opponents more post-flop. Does not want to take the risk. Maybe smartly so. Another hand where I definitely personally would have probably made the call, but obviously we can see the cards. I'm a bit biased here, and I'm not in this situation. If you call and you lose, you're kind of short stacked. There's a huge money bubble, huge first place to be played for, and Christian might feel that maybe he can win the money easier by just raising pre-flop and going after that way. Christian just calls with the 9s, sets the trap against the chip leader, but chip leader does not step into it just yet. But maybe the trap is to take the flop, because the flop is Jack 9 3, so middle set for Christian, bottom pair for Hjörtur. Christian bets 1,000. Hjörtur really does not want to improve, cannot win this hand unless he gets running 3s, unless he gets running quad 3s. But he's gonna raise it up on the flop. I mean, Christian is just thinking of Vegas and the goddamn Mirage. He's trying to figure out how can he get the most amount of chips in. Will he raise now? Will he just make the call? Obviously, it's a draw-heavy board. There are plenty of draws that can raise here on the flop, so you kind of want to defend your middle set against those draws. So he decides to raise one more time, and Hjörtur will snap fold now. At some point, Hjörtur was up to 53,000, now down to 43,000. Has lost 10,000 from peak. Christian has retaken second place here with 28.6. Raiko has been hovering around the 27 to 30k mark since I guess hand number 3, basically. He's been holding on to second or third place. Definitely a bit less active than our chip leader or Christian Arstad, but hanging in there. Felipe Barrios just calls with the ace-7. Last time we saw him with a similar stack he shoved. Simo with pocket 10s. Will he go all in? Will he just raise? I mean, 13 big blinds, it's a limp board. I personally, I'm shoving. But obviously, very important spot. Alarm bells must be off a little bit as well. What does that under the gun limp mean from Felipe? Simo does go all in with the 10s. Christian cannot call. Hjörtur, he cannot call either. Christian Gonzalez, he will fold, as will Felipe. Felipe has tried limping from undergun twice now, and both times it was Simo who shot his limp off real quick. Last time it was a huge raise with ace-queen suited, and this time it was an all-in with pocket tens right into Mr. Barrios' limp. So Barrios might feel like Simo is going after him a little bit, but Simo has found strong hands right as Barrios has limped. Every single time. 6 players remaining. 3 players will get some money with 4,000 going to third, 6 to second, and 10,000 with the trophy for the winner. Raiko folds the 6-5. Simo lets go of the queen 8. Christian with exactly the same hand, queen 8, different suits. He will fold as well. Here Tur. Let's go. Gonzalez will fold, and Felipe gets a walk. I mean, he kinda deserves one. He's been trying to battle, hasn't worked out too much for him, but he's still in the mix. So now up to 15 big blinds for the player from Chile. It's a long way from Chile, by the way. But I mean, the Chile player has a lot to prove. Our defending champion from the Nations Cup is a player from Chile as well. So definitely they want to defend the title. But it's looking like Iceland, Norway or Estonia at the moment. Anything can change. Simo wants to start changing these things with his pocket queens. Just limps. Just limps in with the pocket queens. A lot of trapping at this table. I mean, definitely more trapping that I'm used to. Felipe will make the call with the jack 10. Raiko gets to see the flop for cheap. So he will pat the table. Checks it through. 3.2k in the middle. Ace 10 7. 2 pair. 2 pair for Raiko. Middle pair for Felipe. Simo with a pair of queens and a second nut flush draw. This might get serious, guys. Now, depends. Will Simo check this one through and try and hit a flush? Obviously, he's not a big fan of that ace. But at the same time, his queens might already be good. He does have the flush draw to fall back upon. But Raiko has bottom 2 pair. Keep that in mind. Simo bets 800. Will Raiko raise? Will Raiko call? Felipe will let go of his jack 10. Doesn't lose any more money with the second pair. But Raiko will start the pressure now. The pressure is applied. It's a race to 4,000 and I do not want to be in Simo's shoes. What do you do here? I mean, Raiko is kinda representing 2 pair or a mate flush. Obviously he has bluffs as well, but does he? That's what Simo is trying to figure out. Does he have bluffs? Do I really have to hit my diamonds here? Or is my queens sometimes good as well? He does make the call. Leaves himself with 10 big blinds behind. 11.2 in the middle. Prime spot for Raiko to go all in here. Bets 5,000. Basically an all in. No, he goes all in. Bets 10,000. Simo makes the call with his pair of queens. And Simo is all in and at risk with 42%. He's gonna need an ace for a diamond or a queen on the river, or else Simo is eliminated, and he gets a 5 of hearts. And the Estonian Raiko Kuk eliminates Simo Ikäheimo from Finland in 6th place. Unfortunately, limping with the queens does not work out this time, and the trapper just became the trappee, and the Estonian assassin Raiko Kuk assassinates his fellow neighbor countryman Simo in 6th place. So 5 players remaining. 3 will get to the money, and Raiko is now one of the chip leaders, up to 41,000. Hjörtur still the actual chip leader with 42.6 thousand. Christian Arstad in 3rd place, with 28,000. 500, guys. 500. Blinds are 400 and 800. And Hjörtur will open things up with a raise to 1600. Christian folds to Jack 10. Felipe. Felipe folds the king 5. Raiko lets go of the 7 deuce, but Christian Arstad with ace queen against the chip leader. Do you want a 3-bet or do you want to call or do you want to build a snowman? We're calling, we're seeing a flop. 4.4k in the middle and Hjörtur flops top pair with his pair of 10s. Christian, who has played the ace queen sneakily, checks it over to Hjörtur. Will he just see a flop and insta fold to ace queen? I think you have to take a card off, especially with ace of diamonds. You do have 2 strong overcards. You have the backdoor nut flush draw. You definitely don't want to fold just yet. Even though it is the chip leader, even though the chip leader has been aggressive. The aggression might even work in your favor should you hit an ace or queen. Something like deuce of diamonds is an awesome card. Gets you a flush and a straight draw as well, but instead it's the very dry 8 of hearts. So another check to Hjörtur and another bet coming up from Hjörtur as well. That's 3.2k. And now is the time for Christian to get rid of the ace queen. Hjörtur will show the 10 to the player, shows that he's not fooling around. When he's betting, he has it. Obviously, we know that he's definitely capable of bluffing as well. Does a little bit of advertisement here. At 8 p.m. we will have the Nations Cup rail flip. 0.1 euros is the buy-in for the flip, guys. The password is 8. Go over to your Coolbet client and register to that tournament. Top 16 will get paid. First 4 players will get 30 euro Coolbet passport ticket. 5th till 16th place will get 5 euro Coolbet passport ticket. Basically free money. Felipe Barrios goes all in with the pocket queens for 10,000. Raiko Guk gets rid of the ace-9. Christian Arstad with the 7-4, definitely not calling. So will the big blind call? Or when will the base drop? Not this hand. Felipe now up to 15 big blinds or 12,000. Really struggling to hang in there, but he's doing a great job at hanging in there. Struggling in a sense that he hasn't won any huge pots, but he doesn't let his stack dwindle too short. Obviously it's easier when you get pocket queens. The blinds now have gone up once again, up to 500, 1,000 now. Meaning that Felipe has 12 big blinds. Christian Gonzalez, 18 big blinds. Christian Arstad holding on to the first money spot with 24 big blinds. Raiko has played pretty tight and solid game and just hasn't been in too much risk this whole tournament thus far. Up to 40,000. Hjörtur, sorry. Hjörtur has been a lot more in the mix and holding on to the chip lead with 46 big blinds. Folded around to the chip leader with the ace-10 of clubs against one of the tighter players, Christian Gonzalez. He raises it up to 3.5k one more time, so he loves the 3.5x from blind versus blind situation and gets another fold from Christian. Christian has to let go of the big blind and the ante, so 2,000 every time. After this level, there will be a short break as well coming up, so we'll see if we're gonna head to the break in the monies already, or will we remain 5-handed? Total of 140 big blinds remaining at this tournament. As you can see, blinds being 5 and 1,500 and 1,140k chips in the mix. Lion's share of these 140k is being held by this guy here, Hiertur and Raiko from Estonia. Hiertur makes it 2.5k with a very strong ace-jack of clubs. But even stronger ace-king of hearts for Felipe. Felipe goes all in, makes the international sign language of, well, let's play for it all. He goes all in for 11k. Hiertur does make the call, and Felipe is in a great spot to double up to 23.5k here. With his ace-king of hearts, needs to hold up against Hiertur's ace-jack of clubs. Hiertur needs a few clubs or a jack, and there's 2 of them. 3 of hearts, 4 of clubs, 10 of clubs. So Hiertur needs a jack or a club, and there it is. Deuce of clubs on a turn eliminates Felipe Barrios in 5th place, and our chip leader is now up to 60,000. GG Felipe Barrios from Chile. You did everything correctly. You got it in with the best of it. Unfortunately, the gods weren't in your favor this tournament, but a fantastic result of 5th place for Felipe. And it was awesome to watch you play, and I can't wait to see you in another featured table coming up in this Coolbet Open. We will have 4 days of poker coverage from for you guys from different tournaments. We will have Hold'em, we will have Omaha, we will have the main event, everything you need. We will have for you guys. So if you're watching us from Facebook, you can definitely press that follow button. If you're watching us from YouTube, you can definitely press that subscribe button here. We are in the money bubble, guys. 4th place gets 0 euros, 3rd place gets 4,000 euros. So quite a large of bubble here. We will see. Will the players really tighten up during the bubble, or will some of the players really start to abuse this one? Because none of these guys want to be the next one out. Should be a perfect situation for our chip leader to start applying pressure here, but instead it's Christian Gonzalez who raises it up to 2,000 from the small from the button, and Raiko has to fold to 7-4. So Christian Gonzalez has switched in another gear here. Has been playing quite tight up until this point, and now feels that maybe this is the time to get dividends on this image. Four players remaining. Christian Gonzalez with the shortest stack, but still very playable, 18 big blinds. Hiertur has almost half the chips, has approximately 45% of the chips, and 9-7 of clubs. He will come in with a raise. Love to see that. Christian G folds, Raiko folds, Christian A, Queen 5 against the chip leader. Doesn't seem too hot of a situation, so he will fold. And I expect this to happen quite a bit more here. The chip leader to come in with a raise and kinda abuse the bubble. Hiertur, perfect spot to abuse the bubble actually. Christian, 10-5 of clubs now. He will fold. Raiko. Will this be the time Raiko will roar with 4-5? So he's playing poker, guys. He's not playing the cards. He's playing the position. From the button, kinda knows that he's only shown down very strong hands. Can go after those blinds and antes, and that's kind of awesome to see because he's raising into the chip leader's big blind. Still isn't too afraid to play the button aggressively. Minutes remaining of 500, 1000. Next level will be 500, 1.5k already. So 3k in the middle from the big blinds every single round, and the rounds will go by quickly. 20,000 euros will be divided between those 4 players. One of them will get nothing, which is the hurtful part, isn't it? Raiko folds the 8-4. Can't really see what Mr. Christian Arstad has at the moment, but whatever it is, it's good enough for a raise to 2.2k. It's pocket 7s for Arstad. Hjörtur will fold. Christian Gonzalez. These two guys have played quite a bit against each other today. Queen 9 of spades. Should be good enough to take a flop here. Should be. Obviously with the money bubble it's a bit different all the time. He will make the call. 14,000 left behind for Christian Gonzalez, who flops the straight. Jack 10 8. This is the flop dreams are made of. Unfortunately for him, it's 3 overcards for Christian's pair. But still, what a sick flop for Christian Gonzalez. Arstad with a cut shot straight draw himself with his pair of 7s. Gonzalez checks it over to Christian Arstad, who will check back. 9 of hearts on a turn. What a card. Christian Gonzalez now with Queen High straight. Christian Arstad with a Jack High straight. Obviously Arstad must know that he's losing to any queen, but still, he does have the straight. He can definitely get value from 2-pair type of hands. Hands like 8-10, 8-9, 10-9, Jack-10, Jack-9, all of those cards. As well as sometimes from hands like King-Jack, etc. Arstad bets 2.1k. Christian Gonzalez kind of hates the 9. He doesn't know that it was actually the perfect card for Christian Gonzalez to get paid. I don't think Arstad is losing any more money unless that 9 comes and gives him a straight. Gonzalez makes the call, and look at that river. What a sick run out for Christian Gonzalez. Now both players with a Queen High straight after flopping the absolute nuts on a 3-colored board. You end up on a board where you can, best case scenario, you can chop, and there's also a flush on the board. So what a sick run out for Gonzalez here. You have to feel for the guy, and a very nice lucky break for Arstad's pocket 7s here. Ends up actually making money in this spot because they will divide the ante that Mr. Gonzalez paid. So basically Gonzalez ends up losing money after flopping the nuts here with a sick run out. But it is what it is. The two Christians battling it out at the moment for the 3rd place, and it's up to Raiko and Hjörtur to really take advantage of the situation here. Try and apply maximum pressure to the Christians. 8 minutes remaining. Here in the Nations Cup final, players played the qualifying rounds from April to June this year in Coolbet Poker Client. And here they are. Probably one of the most important tournaments for all these guys, if not the most important one. Obviously, Christian Arstad, two-time runner-up for the Norwegian National Championships. But, I mean, this is basically the champion of the world coming up here. Gonzalez folds Jack 4, Raiko folds the 5 deuce. No, sorry, Raiko gets a walk with the 5 deuce. So Raiko adds 500 chips and happily doesn't have to battle it out this hand. Still four-handed. Hjörtur, our chip leader with pocket threes. I want to see you raise, and I want to see you raise now. Hjörtur, thank you. Thank you for making my dreams come true. He will raise it up to 2.3k. Gets rid of Christian Gonzalez. Raiko Cook with the 9-5. He will fold as well. Will Christian Arstad defend with 9-8 though? I mean, usually you definitely want to defend the 9-8, but at the same time you kind of... yeah. I'm guessing I'm calling here. But you kind of want to avoid playing against Hjörtur at this point. Especially with the money bubble. But... there you go. 10, 8 and a 3. Hjörtur with the bottom set. And Christian with a middle pair and a backdoor straight draw. This might get costly for Christian. Because he's definitely calling once here. And should the turn be something like a 7 or a 6, or God forbid 8 or a 9, or a jack or a queen. So plenty of cards to give him more equity to make him want to stick around, especially the jack, 7, 8 or a 9. There it is. There's the 7 of clubs on a turn. I don't see Christian folding the turn either. I mean, it might even go in on the turn. 10.5k in the middle. Christian has 17 big blinds behind. And Hjörtur with the pocket threes. Obviously, the 7 gives Christian a chance to win this one. He will win it with the 6 or a jack on the river. It's a bet of 4,000 from Hjörtur's set of threes. Will we see an all-in? I'm guessing we will. Should the river be an 8, jack or a 6? But it's definitely looking like a costly one for either Hjörtur or Christian here. Will Christian get this jack or 6? No, it's a 9 of diamonds on a river, giving Christian 2 pair, but Hjörtur doesn't even want to value bet the bottom set with an obvious straight draw coming in on the river. So check on the river, and Christian must be happy by just losing 18k pot here. I mean, obviously it hurts to lose a big one, but you're still in this, you still have 12k behind, and you didn't lose it all. I mean, if Hjörtur is going all in, it's a super tough spot for Christian on the river. Luckily he doesn't have to face the tough spot, and leaves himself with 12,800 chips behind, with blinds being 5 for me. If Christian Arstad doubles up somehow, then obviously I will change my attitude and the way I play the poker. But at the moment, I'm thinking Gonzalez has to fold basically anything. Hjörtur calls Raiko's raise with 10-9 and flops top pair now. Raiko with a gut shot straight draw and 1 overcard plus a backdoor flush draw. So expect to see a c-bet coming up here. And a decent size c-bet as well. That's 2.5k, gets a snap call from Hjörtur. 10.7 now. Raiko gets a 4 of hearts on a turn. So now with a queen high flush draw, Hjörtur checks it over to Raiko. Will Raiko go for one more bullet, or will he try and realize his equity? Yeah. Checks behind real quick and gets the queen on the river. So we can see that Raiko is gonna win this nice pot here. Will he go for value as well? I mean, Hjörtur has played this hand like he has something like a 10 or an 8. So if I'm Raiko, I'm probably going after it. Maybe betting something like half a pot, something like 5.5k, 5k. We'll see. Raiko seems to agree with me here. Thinks he doesn't have to bet this much, goes for 3.1 thousand, which will get called from Hjörtur, and Raiko, the hometown hero, gets another nice pot, now up to 50,000 in chips. Hjörtur and Raiko have really separated themselves from the other two players. I mean, you have to figure that one of those two guys is going to win this one, but obviously this being No Limit Hold'em, anything can change at any time. Should Gonzalez double up against Hjörtur, he will be up to, let's say, 35,000. Hjörtur will be down to 45,000, so it's all even basically. But Hjörtur and Raiko, Iceland and Estonia are looking good in this Nations Cup final. Norway is still in it, Chile is still in it. Maybe the final hand before going on a short break. Four-handed, 7 players started. We have already lost Jimmy Emterby in 7th place from Sweden. Felipe Barrios finished in 5th place from Chile, and Severi Ikäheimo from Finland was our 6th place finisher. Great showings from these guys. It's always an absolute treasure to represent your own country. But you know, poker being a skill game with a luck element, sometimes luck isn't on your side, and it wasn't for these 3 guys. Hjörtur, 6-5, bottom pair, good enough for a 1.5k bet. Christian Gonzalez makes a call with his ace-7 middle pair. 4 of hearts. Now I really want to see Hjörtur apply pressure here. Really go after Christian with his middle pair and an open ender, but no, he will check it over to Christian Gonzalez, who is contemplating a bet. Christian Gonzalez bets 2.5 thousand, tries to protect his pair of 7s, get value from exactly something like Hjörtur has. And a 3 of spades on a river gives Hjörtur a straight, and our chip leader will basically cripple Christian here. He's betting 4,000. What a gross spot if you're Christian, obviously. And that's the thing. This is why I said that if I'm in Christian Gonzalez's shoes, I'm folding everything. I'm not playing the ace-7s because, I mean, I'm just going to be in trouble. And Christian is going to make a very good fold here with the ace-7. But now he's down to 10,000 in chips. Christian Arstad about 12,000. Once we come back from the break, these players will have 7 or 8 big blinds. 4th place will get 0 euros. 3rd place gets 4,000 euros. Obviously, the winner takes home 10,000 euros. We're gonna go on a break for 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere far. Let's see who will be crowned the Nations Cup winner once we come back. See you guys.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joakim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course there was some poker actions. We had a warm-up tournament, and today the real thing starts. Main event day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Andres Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joakim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course there was some poker actions. We had a warm-up tournament, and today the real thing starts. Main event day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Andres Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joakim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course there was some poker actions. We had a warm-up tournament, and today the real thing starts. Main event day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Kim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament. And today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up. And of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Kim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament. And today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up. And of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joachim showing the tricks, how to play a very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joachim showing the tricks, how to play a very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming back to Estonia, Christian G, Christian A, Raiko K, and Jörtur D. Good luck to you guys from me as well. We are back with the Nations Cup final table. 4 players remaining, and 3 of them will get paid, and 1 of them will be crowned the Nations Cup winner. Gets an extra 10,000 euros for the troubles as well. Jörtur, our chip leader, with 67,000. Raiko Kuk with 50,000. Christian A and Christian G have their word cut out for themselves with 12,500 and 11,000 respectively. So these guys will have, after the blinds will go up, will have approximately 7 to 8 big blinds, which is not too many big blinds, guys. My name is Christian as well. My name is Christian Laas. Nice to have you here with you. We will bring you 4 days of poker coverage. We will get you a little bit of deep stack hold'em. We will get you a little bit of Omaha, a little bit of Nations Cup final table, and a little bit of main event final table coverage as well. The main event, day 1A, is on its way at the moment, simultaneously with the Nations Cup final table. Main event day 1A has already gathered 189 entries, and day 1B is yet to come. The blinds have gone up to 500, 1.5 thousand, and it's a 4K money bubble. And we will start off with a bang. Christian Arstad has to go all in with the 8s. Has to go all in, has to go after that 3.5K in the middle. He will go all in with the 8s. And none of these guys can really call him. So a great start for Christian Arstad here. Now back up to 16K in the middle, and the rail is on Christian Arstad's side. Back up to almost the starting stack. Should he win one more time the blinds and antes, he's gonna be back up to 20K. Obviously, the round of poker at the moment, it costs 3.5 thousand. So if you're carted for 2 rounds, you're losing 7,000 chips. It's a luxury that Christian Gonzalez and Christian Arstad don't have at the moment. Björstud and Raiko can afford it. Christian Gonzalez, 10.5 thousand, 7 big blinds. Really thinking it through with the Queen 7 of spades, but waits for a better spot. Raiko, he will make the call from the small blind against Christian Arstad. Jack 6, definitely a hand he could have shoved with. I mean, especially during a bubble, you kinda, I mean, you don't have to, but it's a good idea to apply pressure on the player who has the second shortest stack. Because the guy who has the shortest stack, obviously he needs to make a move at some point, and the second shortest stack really has a lot to lose by going all in. Raiko from Estonia, Hjörtur from Iceland, Christian Arstad from Norway, and Christian Gonzalez from Chile, allegedly. Hendon Mob says Argentina, but allegedly. Raiko with the pocket deuces, opening it up to 3.5K. Christian Arstad folds the 9-7A. Hjörtur gets rid of his 6-5. And Raiko gets 3.5K in the middle. What a tense time it is here. I mean, if you made it, you made a, I mean, some of these guys have come here from Latin America. A long trip. For at least 3 of these guys, this would be their biggest cash, even min cashing it from a tournament. I'm guessing Mr. Arstad has a few bigger scores, but still a huge one. Top place for 10,000 euros, min cash 4,000 euros. Raiko raises it up to 3.5K. Raiko has been the most active player thus far. And Christian Gonzalez with the Queen Jack. Basically pot committed here. But still finds a way to fold the Queen Jack of clubs. Does not want to go all in. Waits until he can. He's not pot committed. Basically waits until he can go all in. He still has some fold equity there. But once there is a raise in front of him, he definitely doesn't have fold equity.
More than I win for this.
Christian Gonzalez from Sweden. Sorry, not Sweden, Chile. Chile. A little bit of a, let's call it a Freudian slip, or just a slip. It doesn't have to be Freudian, always. Anyway, Christian Gonzalez from Chile, Hjörtur Davidsson from Iceland, Christian Sixby Arstad from Norway, our Coolbet ambassador and poker streamer, and Raiko Kuk, first time at a TV table for him, representing Estonia, the local crowd favorite. Arstad, 12.5k, 8.5 big blinds. Let's go. Hjörtur. Ooh, what a sick time. What a sick time to get walk with aces. During the bubble, Raiko shows the aces to the board and everybody's happy that they got rid of their hands. Raiko feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity. Maybe this is why you don't look at the cards if you get a walk. Like, you don't tilt yourself. But obviously it didn't tilt Raiko at all. I mean, he was all smiles. It's kind of like negative equity, isn't it? I mean, even though I think it's funny. Like, I think it's super funny when it happens. Hjörtur folds the 8-7. Hjörtur has tightened up quite a bit now during the bubble, which is interesting. Raiko gives Christian Arstad a walk, and now it's Christian Arstad time to get a strong hand to get a walk with. Obviously, Christian would have loved to play for it. Nah, maybe not during a bubble with Christian. Maybe he wouldn't love it, but he would have probably made the call with the 8s. Probably. Though it would be a 6 situation. And now if you think about it, if Christian Arstad would be in a 6 situation with pocket 8s, I mean, you're super incentivized to shove there with any 2, because I mean, it's not fun to call during a bubble with one player with about 4 big blinds, right? And Arstad now gives a walk to Hjörtur. What is this? I mean, it's third walk and it's been aces, 8s and ace kings in the big blind. What a sick, sick spot for the big blind players. And there you go. Christian Gonzalez will be pot committed here. He will have 3,000 of his about approximately 6,000 in the middle. So he will have 50% of his chip stack in the middle now. Blind. Raiko will not go after Christian Gonzalez. 5-3, that's not it. Christian Arstad, 7 deuce. It's looking good for Christian Gonzalez now. Just one more player to get rid of, but Hjörtur finds the ace. He's gonna go all in, and Christian Gonzalez folds with 50% of his chips in the middle. He still finds a way to fold and hang in there, and he's just hoping for a cooler for these other guys here. That maybe somebody finds something like, I don't know, ace queen and goes all in with it, and the other guy finds kings, and then he will sneak into the money, but it's looking grim for Christian Gonzalez. Give the guy I mean, give him a good hand, or give other guys aces and kings. Let Mr. Gonzalez make it to the money. I'm rooting for you, Mr. Chile. Arstad folds, Hjörtur folds. Christian Gonzalez finds a hand to go all in with, and runs into an even stronger hand. So Christian Gonzalez all in with King Jack in the bubble. Raiko Kuk, who from Estonia, tries to get us all in the money. Should his ace-9 hold, but it doesn't. 2 jacks on a flop gives Christian Gonzalez trips and he will double up to 9.5 thousand. Back in it. And we're not in the money, and that's... I'm guessing Christian Arstad must be gutted here. He's like, he would have made 4,000 euros had Raiko's ace-9 held up, but nope. It's Christian Gonzalez doubling up and now closing the gap between Arstad and Gonzalez. Nice. Kind of awesome. I mean, we're still playing bubble. We can see that Christian Gonzalez can be very patient with picking his spots. And it's not great news for Arstad as well, because he still has to wait out Gonzalez. Björtur with pocket sixes. He will raise it up to 3.5k. Gets rid of Gonzalez, gets rid of one more player, but Arstad finds the pocket eights. Goes all in for 11,000. Björtur will definitely call the sixes, and another great chance for the short stack to double up. Chip leader Björtur with pocket sixes. Christian from the short stack with pocket eights. 24,000 in the middle. Arstad needs his eights to hold. Will they? 3, 4, and a 7 now. Björtur adds a straight draw. Needs a 5 or a 6. And needs a 5 or a 6 on the river to eliminate Christian Arstad. Doesn't get it. Christian Arstad doubles up to 24,000, and our chip leader loses his very important for Christian Arstad here, and basically for everybody. I mean, again, should a bad beat come, we're all in the money. Christian Gonzalez now feeling a little bit sick, because he had 20% chance to guarantee himself at least 4,000 euros, and now he's the lone short stack. Now you really, pretty much you can't wait it out. You have to double up once. You have to put it in, or you have to pick up the blinds and antes. Christian Gonzalez starts us off with a fold. Raiko with 6-3. We'll raise it up to 3.5k. Got to love the fact that Raiko has taken the task of a bubble bully here. He's raising his buttons very aggressively, and Björtur has basically given up the chip lead now. Raiko up to 54, Björtur down to 53. Still great stacks. Just one more bust out until we're in the money here. Raiko, will he keep the pressure up? Jack 8 offsuit this time. No, not with Jack 8. Stays away from trouble. Holds on to the chip lead for now. Arstad, king and a deuce, folds. Björtur calls from the small blind. And Christian Gonzalez finds pocket queens. What a great time. If I'm Björtur, I'm probably shoving, knowing that Christian Gonzalez has folded so much, but gets away from the 9-4. Gonzalez still in it. And the players during the break, by the way, just an information as well. Players are actually all in the money, because top 3 players will each give the 4th place finisher 500 euros. So 4th place finisher will get 1,500 euros. 3rd place will get 3,500, 2nd place 5,500, and 1st place 9,500 euros. So the deal has been made for the 4th place finisher. Thank you for that information. Our lovely TV crew feeding us information 24/7, so you guys are up to date what's going on at the table and behind the scenes. Raiko gets a walk. adds to his slight chip lead here. Are level 7 and level 8 exactly the same? Is it possible? I guess it is. I'm thinking level 7 and level 8 are exact. No, small blind will raise. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Next level will be 1000, 1.5. Now it's 500, 1.5. So a slight increase this time. Obviously, the players are quite short stacked themselves. Raiko will complete the small blind with the Jack 8. Runs into Arstad's King Queen. King Queen. Now it's a decision time for Arstad. Will he play for it all? Will he raise, or will he play it safe and check it back? He will play for it all. He will seize the opportunity to apply pressure. He's probably gonna raise his stronger hands here. And now up to 25k, and whenever Arstad wins, there's a big crowd behind him. It's great to see that he has friends supporting him here in Chesterfield Poker Club. Brand new poker club in Tallinn, Estonia, in the heart of the city. Hosting the Coolbet Open. Gonzalez folds the 8-6. Raiko with pocket fours. I assume we're gonna see a raise to 3.5. And this time I assume correctly. Christian from the small blind with Queen 10, probably gonna wanna fold. But Arstad, a tricky player, you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, Hjörtur folding the King 5 suited is surprising to me. I would have expected Hjörtur to defend the big blind with the suited King, but not this time. Wants to stay away from Raiko. I'm guessing Raiko has built up a little bit of an image, at least in Hjörtur's eyes. Hjörtur is really trying to stay away from Raiko. Raiko now with pocket jacks. An opportunity to increase his chip stack to at least 60,000. Should he pick up the blinds and antes. Another 3.5k with a super strong hand. Christian Arstad. Ace and an 8. It might even be an all-in hand. Obviously, we're not sure. But Arstad gets away from the ace. Gonzalez with a strong King 10 suited. We just have to wait and see. It could be even a call from Gonzalez by the way he's been playing. I wouldn't be too surprised. It could be an all-in. It could even be a fold for him. I mean, we're playing for big money here. Obviously, every money ladder is quite large. None of these guys are gonna go home empty-handed. They've guaranteed themselves at least 1,500 euros. That's 3 entries to the main event. Or 1,500 euros. Depends how you see life. I honestly, I think he's gonna fold the King 10. I think, we can see that it would be a sick fold. Raiko has jacks. But it really feels like Gonzalez is gonna fold. No shot. He gets away from the King 10 suited. Gets away from the King 10 suited, and he's a wizard, Harry. Christian Gonzalez is a wizard this hand. Still with 7.5k. Raiko now up to 60,000. Hjörtur 48,000 in clear second place. Christian Arstad in clear third place. Gonzalez needs to make something happen. 7.5k is exactly 2 orbits. Couple of folds, and Raiko shows the ace and gets a walk. Now up to 16.5. 400-handed play has been all Raiko at the moment. Slowly but surely increasing his chip lead. Blinds have gone up to 1,000, 1,500, 1,500 big blind ante, meaning that every orbit costs you 4,000 chips to play with the blinds and antes. So there's 3.3% of the total tournament chips, or let's say 3% of the total tournament chips, just with the blinds and antes every orbit. So every time you go after the blinds and antes, you get a lot, should you win it. Hjörtur folds the king 5. Christian Gonzalez, ace-jack. Now is the time. Now you have to go. That's it. Put him in the middle and let the poker gods do the rest. Maybe even just pick up the blinds and antes. He's going all in for 7k. Raiko is thinking about calling him with jack 9, but does make the fold. Christian Arsted getting about 2-1. Needs 33% equity, but does fold the 8-7, so Gonzalez now back up to 11,000 in chips. Will Raiko and Hjörtur clash in the next few hands while we're still 4-handed? That is one of the big questions as well. Should Raiko and Hjörtur find 2 big hands, we will have a clear big stack. At the moment they're still close, kind of close by. Gonzalez with a weak ace here, ace-deuce. I mean, 7.5 big blinds and an ace, usually a shove. Gonzalez has been quite tight. He does go all in. Gonzalez goes all in, and Raiko finds a hand to call him with. Ace-10 of clubs. Raiko can definitely afford it. Plus we can see that he would be in a great shape. Let's see if Raiko makes the call. Still 2 players to act behind him as well. But I'm guessing you kind of have to call here with the ace-10 of clubs. You can't give your opponent this much respect. 4-handed, 7.5 big blinds. Christian Gonzalez's range should be quite wide. Should be. They mostly come at night. Mostly. Is Raiko coming from the darkness? Yes, he is. Raiko makes the call, so Christian Gonzalez is gonna be in dire straits with his ace-deuce against Raiko's ace-10. This, obviously they're gonna split this one every now and then, but we can see Christian Gonzalez is gonna need a lot of spades, a lot of diamonds, or a deuce. Let's see the flop. 26,000 in the middle for Christian Gonzalez to get back in it, and that's it. Double den and a 7 seals the deal. Christian Gonzalez has finished the Nations Cup in 4th place, meaning we are down to 3 with Raiko Cook from Estonia with more than 50% of the total chip stack. 74,000. Christian Gonzalez takes home 1,500 euros for 4th place, and everybody has now guaranteed themselves at least 3,500 euros. At least 3,500 euros, but we're playing for the title and we're playing for 9,500 euros, and it's gonna be either Raiko Cook from Estonia, Hjörtur Davidsson from Iceland, or Christian Astrad from Norway. We're gonna go on a short 5-minute break, and once we come back, we're gonna crown the champion. Don't go anywhere far.
Tallinn Coolbet Open 2024 official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joachim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Andres Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn Coolbet Open 2024 official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joachim showing the tricks, how to play. A very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Andres Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you.
We are very excited to see you all indeed, and we are very excited to see who will be crowned the champion of the Nations Cup. It's going to be either Raiko Kukk from Estonia, not Sweden, Hjörtur Davidsson from Iceland, not Chile, and Christian Arstad from Norway. So it's gonna be either Norway, Iceland or Estonia who will be crowned the Nations Cup winner. Everybody has guaranteed themselves 3,500 euros. This is Coolbet Open. 4 days of action-packed coverage coming for you guys. And today will be the Nations Cup winner crowned. My name is Christian Laas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Raiko Kukk from Estonia with the chip lead with about 75,000 or 55% of the total tournament chips in play. Second place is held by Hjörtur Davidsson from Iceland with about 45,000, and Christian Arstad, the Coolbet poker ambassador and a poker streamer from Norway, in third place with about 25,000. Blinds are 1,000, 1,500. Good luck, guys, and may the best man win. Hjörtur starts things off with 10-7 from the button. Obviously, you want to be super aggressive from the button, but Hjörtur has really tightened up ever since we've reached four-handed play. He was running over the table at first, but now has really tightened up. So hasn't played super aggressively. Raiko, though, he's going after every single pot and goes after another one with Queen 3 of spades, hearts, excuse me, now up to almost 80,000. Who will match Raiko, or will the guys just roll over and let Raiko run over this table? Hjörtur is asking for a little bit of changes the 5k chips into a couple of 1ks and a couple of 500s, so he can effortlessly put in a few blinds and antes here. Raiko, Jack 6, doesn't go after it. Christian, great hand to go all in with for 11 big blinds in my opinion. Queen 10, but you can definitely just call as well, but you will open the door to get shoved on, and you really don't want to call with a hand like Queen 10. You rather put them in yourself, so Christian goes all in, gets snapped called by Hjörtur, and Hjörtur finds pocket kings, and Christian Alstad with Queen 10 of clubs. 36.5k in the middle, and Christian Arstad is all in with the worst of it. Needs a small miracle to come. 8, 9 and a 5 keeps the door open. Now needs a jack or running clubs. Now 7 would also help him. Christian Arstad gets the jack on the river. What a sick river card for Hjörtur from Iceland, but Christian goes all in with the Queen 10, gets the nuts on the river, and he takes second place in this tournament, now up to 36,500, and our long-time chip leader Hjörtur now in third place with 25,000 in chips, or approximately 17 big lines. Still plenty of room to play with, but this must have hurt. It could have been heads up, it could have been Hjörtur with 40 plus big blinds, but as it is, Christian Arstad is playing well and running even better. Unfortunate run out for the Kings, obviously, but you have to dust yourself off and just get right back in it. Seems like Hjörtur is taking it well. That could have been a very expensive river card. Should Hjörtur finish this tournament in third place? Christian Arstad with Queen Jack of spades now. Opens it up with a raise to 3,000. Hjörtur lets go of the 7 deuce. Raiko has a hand he can, he has options. The options are either to call, raise, or to ship it all in. You can definitely just snap it all in for 20 big blinds and just start applying the massive amount of pressure you can do with chip lead. But instead, he just elects to call and flops a pair of 7s, 10, 7, 5. Christian doesn't pair up, but still has 2 overcards and quite strong backdoors. Any 8, any 9, any spade, any queen, any jack, any king, any ace would give him extra outs on a turn. He does decide to check behind and try and realize this equity. Gets the 8 of clubs on a turn. Definitely not the best card for Raiko. But Christian adds a gut shot straight draw. Raiko leads out for 3.5k. Will Christian take a card off here, or maybe even raise, or just fold? Christian folds. Raiko now up to 82,000. More than 60% of the total chips in play in Raiko's hand at the moment. Approximately 65%. So a great shape for the Estonian, the local player. His first ever TV table, heading for a great result here. Blinds 1k, 1500. Big blind ante, an extra 1500. 3 players. Hjörtur finally gets a decent hand. Now, well, I mean, he got a decent hand with kings, but he ended up doubling his opponent up with it. Gets a hand to open the button with, at least. Ace jack of hearts. Gets rid of Raiko. Oi, 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 oi. We might see another all-in, boys. We might see another all-in because it's Hjörtur opening with 16. Christian finds ace 10 off. I see an all-in in the future. Yes, there it is. Christian Arstad going all in one more time, and one more time it's Hjörtur with the best of it. But this time it's Hjörtur all in. Christian Arstad poised to be crippled after this hand. 50,500 chips in the middle. Christian Arstad needs a 10 to eliminate Hjörtur. Hjörtur needs anything but. There it is. It was looking good for Hjörtur, but Christian still with a straight draw, but no good to straight draw anymore. No shot. No shot. They find the last possible ace on the river, meaning that Christian Arstad gets a 1 outer on the river to split this pot. Both players with aces full of jacks, and I mean, if I'm Hjörtur, I must feel sick to my stomach. It was over on a turn, but finds the single out on the river one more time. It was Queen 10 against Hjörtur's kings. Finds the jack on the river. Now it's ace 10 against Hjörtur's ace jack. Ace jack gets a full house and finds the 1 outer on the river. Christian Arstad is running as lucky as ever. I have very rarely see this kind of luck in this short of a time, but I mean, if I'm Christian Arstad, I mean, I feel like I'm poised to win this one. Christian, if you don't win it, you suck. I mean, everyone is holding you in this one. You have the gods in your favor. You have all the luck as possible. You have all the skill needed to win this one. I mean, it has to happen, doesn't it? Of course, Raiko has something to say about it. Hjörtur, he has already had a lot to say about it, but he's been just super unlucky. 3 and a couple of 4s on a flop. Queen 7 against Hjörtur's king 6. Check from Christian, check from Hjörtur. 8 of spades on a turn. Will Christian try and steal this one away? Or will he try and get lucky? I don't know. He's gonna check it over to Hjörtur. Hjörtur is gonna bet 3,000 and takes a pot worth 7.5k. Evens the stacks a little bit. Raiko, our runaway chip leader with 54 big blinds. Rest of the field, or Christian and Hjörtur, 39 big blinds combined. A total of 90 something, 93 big blinds in this tournament. Blinds will go up one more time in about 5 minutes. Still quite a lot of room. Still quite a lot of room to play with. Christian Arstad, ace-8 of clubs. We've seen some sick things happen at this final table. And where else than the Nations Cup final? The drama has been immaculate. It's a race to 3,000 from Christian Arstad. Hjörtur makes the call from the small blind with 10-9 off. And Raiko is considering whether he should turn this check 3 into a bluff. Maybe he can steal this 9k in the middle. Or will he just let it go? Let it go. Nice! Nice! What a sick 3-bet. What a surprising 3-bet. I thought I was kidding, but if you're getting ace-8 suited to snap fold, then I mean, more of those 3-bets. I have to say I am very much impressed with Raiko's play ever since we made it to top 4. Obviously, this whole final table. Just sees an opportunity and takes it and just picks up 9,000 extra chips. Well played. Well played, Estonian. That'll do, Biggie. That'll do. Now up to 90,000. I mean, it's kind of slipping away from the Nordic players. Raiko is getting ever closer to about 100,000 in chips. Obviously, should he double up one player one time at least, it's gonna be a lot more even. Especially Christian and Raiko. Should Christian double up through Raiko, he's actually gonna take the chip lead. So even though it seems like a huge gap between first and second place, which it is, it's still one double up away. 86 for Raiko, a 29 for Christian, and 23 for Hjörtur. Christian being the most accomplished player of the three. 2 times Norwegian National Championship runner-up. Professional poker player since 2020. You can catch him streaming on Coolbet, on twitch.tv as well. But it's Raiko raising it up to 3.5k from the button. Gets another fold from an ace from Christian. Christian, if you continue folding your aces to Raiko, you're not gonna catch him. But at the same time, you kinda gotta understand it. Obviously, I mean, ace-6 off. It's a tough hand to play from the small blind, especially with this kind of chip stack. Obviously, you can 3-bet bluff sometimes, but you're getting kind of committing 6 big blinds or 7 big blinds off your 19 big blind stack. So it feels kind of awful to fold against the shove, but at the same time, you really don't want to 3-bet call off with ace-6. So are you going to go all in 20 big blinds or 19 big blinds? A little bit too much to go all in. So are you going to call and play out of position? Ace-6 doesn't play that strong out of position. So I understand the faults. But at the same time, you can't continue doing that too often. Arstad with king 3 of diamonds. Raises it to 3k. Hjörtur goes all in with his king queen, and Hjörtur takes, at least for now, back to second place. Christian Arstad, 25.5k. Björtur Davidsson with 26.5k. And then there's Raiko Guk with about 90,000. Three-way. The blinds will go up after this hand, up to 1,000, 2,000, 2,000 big blind ante. Björtur, another king queen. I mean, they all in work last time, but at the same time, there's no raise in front of you. So he will raise it up to 3k. Raiko with 4-5 of clubs. The stacks aren't the best for this type of hand, but at the same time, everything's been working for Raiko. He might even, I don't know, go after it. Just ship it in, knowing he at least has alive cards. But nah, I think a good fold from Raiko here. Christian with 10 deuce. Lets it go, and Björtur has worked his way back up to 30k. Christian Arstad now back down to approximately 20k. Or about 10 or 11 big blinds, I'm guessing. Yeah, 22k, 11 big blinds, 11.4 big blinds for Christian. Björtur with 15.4 big blinds, and Raiko with 43.225 big blinds. This is level 9 of the Nations Cup. I thought in the beginning of this tournament, I thought that we're gonna finish this one at level 11. We still have about 40 minutes until this time. Obviously, I might not be correct, but that was my estimation, that level 11 we will crown a winner. We played 9 or 8 20-minute levels thus far. Raiko makes it 4,000 with the Jackson 5. Christian, I think ace-8 is good enough to go all in with, especially you being the short stack. It's starting to slip away if you're giving away those 8-8s. So Christian is going all in. Raiko cannot call that all in. He's gonna save face a little bit. Makes it look like he's thinking about it. That is not opening complete garbage, but I mean, we're poker players. We know you're a chip leader. You're allowed to open with complete garbage, so it's fine. Christian's fan base rooting him on here. Main Coolbet Open main event Day 1A is also finished. Day 1A gathered 189 players with 68 players remaining. So we lost approximately 2/3 of the field. There's still time to come and join 2 tournaments today here in Coolbet Open Tallinn if you're watching and thinking about playing. At 9 p.m. local time, so in about an hour, there will be the Coolbet Open Deep Stack Championship Day 1, 330 euro tournament with 30k starting stack and 20-minute levels. And at 11 p.m. local time, or approximately 3 hours from now, there will be the Acer Ziggy Zapper Jam Hyper Turbo Unlimited Re-Entry Tournament with 150 euro buy-in, 10-minute levels, 10,000 starting stack. It's gonna be a wild one, and I have already registered to the 150 euro tournament myself, so I wanna take part of Coolbet Open as much as I can. Obviously, being able to commentate this tournament, these fantastic tournaments today and upcoming days is being a big part of it. But I mean, I'm a player first. Obviously, I want to gamble with boys and girls here in Chesterfield Poker Club and Nordic Hotel. Björtur raises it up to 4,000. Christian defends with 8-9, and we see a flop of deuce 7-10. So an open-ended straight draw for Christian. Hjörtur still ahead with queen high. But will Christian check raise all in here? There's a lot of money in the middle. There's 15.5k, and you kind of have a perfect hand to reshove with and the perfect stack to do it as well. So here Christian goes all in, and we can see that Hjörtur cannot call it with queen jack high. It's ahead, but there's not many hands that queen jack high is ahead of that go all in on this flop. And you can see Hjörtur's, Christian's fan base rooting them on the rail. And Christian now comfortably in second place with 40,000 in chips. Luck has been on his side, but he's also been playing well. But at the moment, it's been Raiko with seemingly complete control of the tournament. At least it has seemed effortless for Raiko. Has stayed away from trouble, has made a few moves, but just kind of keeps the pressure on and slowly but surely applying it. And again, comes in with a raise to 4,000. Gets Christian to fold an ace for a third time now. What a powerful what a powerful move a raise is, obviously. But how powerful the position is important as well. I can guarantee you that Christian is only folding the ace from the small blind. He's playing it from the button, he's playing it from the big blind, but from the small blind it's just too difficult. So you definitely want to continue raising the buttons, knowing that you can get a lot of better hands to fold. Christian now from the button with a strong pocket sixes. Now some players with 20 big blinds or less, they really like to shove these hands. Just really stay away from trouble, knowing that mathematically you're always gonna win chips doing it. He raises it up to 4,000. Hjörtur goes all in with Jack 10. Christian snap calls it, and this time it's Hjörtur going all in. These guys have gone all in between each other 3 times now. It's always been Christian coming up on top and just completely dominating Hjörtur in these all-in situations, but this time Hjörtur needs a Jack 10, 9 or an 8 to stay away and stay alive, and there it is. 10 of hearts on a turn and a king of diamonds on a river, and this time Hjörtur doubles up through Christian, and it's the shorter stacks going to battle, and Raiko just watching from the sidelines and letting these guys battle it up and just adding to his stack 1 blind at a time, staying away from big pots unless he has the goods. This has been the script this far, but obviously at some point Raiko is gonna have to go all in against either Hjörtur or Christian. Hjörtur with pocket aces now. Nice couple of hands for the Icelandic player. Raises it up to 4k, gets Raiko to fold, definitely wants some action. Obviously wants some action. Doesn't get any action. And Hjörtur shows the aces for the amusement of the rest of the field. Raiko, you can see, even tighter than Christian and Hjörtur, even with the chip lead. But pretty evenly spread out PPIP. Hjörtur and Christian more active. You can see third place gets 3,500 euros, second place 5,500 euros, and the winner gets 9,500 euros and the Nations Cup trophy. Our 4th place finisher, Christian Gonzalez from Chile, he took home 1,500 euros. Raiko opens it up to 4,000. And another small one. Basically, you can guarantee when Raiko has the button, he's gonna come in with a raise. doesn't let the button go through without a fight. Still in level 9 here. Christian Arsted. Jack 8 from the button, releases. Hjörtur releases. Nobody wants to mess with Raiko at the moment. Hjörtur could have definitely completed, but wants to stay away. It's a 2k money jump between second and third. So you kinda want to stay away from the chip leader. What a big spot for all these guys. I mean, 9,500 euros, a lot of money. But to be able to call yourself the Nations Cup winner, it's priceless. Hjörtur, ace-jack of hearts. Last time, Christian found ace-10 in this spot and doubled, no, it split with between his ace-jack. This time Christian finds pocket 7s, and I'm guessing it's gonna go all in and called. I'm guessing Christian is gonna go all in for 22 and Hjörtur is gonna snap call it. There it is, Christian going all in with the 7s, Hjörtur making the call with the ace-jack, and one more time we're gonna celebrate, but one of these guys is gonna celebrate. Hjörtur needs an ace or a jack to eliminate Christian, or will Christian double up one more time? And there it is, 7 on a flop, giving Christian a set of 7 needs. Running hearts, that is not a 7 of hearts, but look at this. Quad 7s for Christian, not flush for Hjörtur. And one more time Christian is gonna double up against the Icelandic opponent. Now up to 40,000 in chips. And Hjörtur down to 6.5k, and he is crippled. Raiko, our chip leader, staying away from big pots. Christian and Hjörtur have gone all in 4 times. 3 times out of those 4, it's Christian coming up on top. And I think Hjörtur told him that he's the luckiest guy he's ever played against. With a big smile. Raiko, queen 3, with a short stack on the big blind, doesn't want to go to battle. Christian Arstad finds the ace-king against his nemesis. And there's an all-in looming from Christian Arstad. He's going all in, or at least putting Hjörtur all in with a raise to 11,000. Hjörtur with 5 deuce. Will he make the call? Yes, he will. And for the 5th time, Christian and Hjörtur are all in. This time Hjörtur in dire straits with deuce 5 of diamonds. Needs a deuce or a 5, or we're heads up. King 6-6, all but seals it. Let's put a 4 of diamonds there. No, deuce of spades, I mean, keeps things interesting. No shot! What is going on in this tournament? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's a 5th all-in between those guys, and every time the shorter stack doubles up, Christian flops top 2 pair, basically 97% to win this pot, and Hjörtur finds running deuces to make a better full house and stay in this tournament with 21,000. Still the short stack, but still in it to win it.
Enjoying the show?
Enjoying the show is what they say to Raiko, and Raiko is literally just enjoying the show from the sidelines at the moment. But he's happy. He's maintaining the 90k chip stack, which is important. Christian doesn't even want to raise with a suited king, so Raiko is getting a lot of walks. Raiko actually had a monster from the big blind as well with the pocket nines. In 5 minutes, the levels will go up to 1,000, 2.5k. 2k money jump between third and second place, and then another 4k money jump between first and second. It's been all Hjörtud and Christian battling against each other. Hjörtud all in for 20,000 and a king queen. Raiko 10-8 of diamonds, definitely a playable hand, but not against an all-in. Christian will fold as well, and Hjörtur now back up to 25,000. Basically even with Christian here. Just one big blind separating those two. What a battle we have witnessed between those three gentlemen. Mostly Christian and Hjörtur, but still. Raiko didn't just end up finding those 90,000 chips. He has fought very well for this 90k chips. And Raiko, you can see, he's playing the buttons aggressively. Even with 5-3 off, he's going after it. Raises it up to 4,000, but this time Christian finds a monster hand. Finds ace-jack of clubs, which is definitely a nice hand to go all in with. And I think that's exactly what we're gonna see. We're gonna see an all-in from Christian. We know that Raiko cannot call the all-in, but Hjörtur, nah, even Hjörtur won't call. Queen 4 is not good enough. So after this hand, Christian will be up to 35k in chips and Raiko back down to 80. There it is. But I like the fact that Raiko is opening almost all of his buttons with the chip lead. Average stack at the moment is about 25 big blinds. We have a total of 70 big blinds still remaining in a tournament. So every pot is super important with the blinds and antes. 5k in the middle. Christian with an ace and a button should mean a raise is coming. No, doesn't even want to raise an ace against the chip leader. Raiko gets another walk. I mean, it's just a simple life for Raiko at the moment. Doesn't really have to battle for to maintain the chip stacks. I mean, he's getting so many walks that he's basically free rolling, going after other guys' blinds. Life is really, really good for Raiko, but obviously he hasn't managed to add to his stack either. Hjörtur with 8-6 will fold from the button. Raiko 6-3. Will he give Christian a walk or will he go after the blinds? Yes, Raiko just continues to apply pressure. Tuck, 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 tuck to P. Raises it up to 4.5k. Christian finds a strong hand though. King 9 is definitely good enough to at least call here. Christian will take the flop, so after a long while it's the first flop we've seen that is not an all-in. King, queen and a 7 on the flop, so top pair for Christian. Raiko is all but out of it. Now the question is how much or how many more chips will Raiko lose to Christian here? I'm guessing this is gonna go something like 4.5k and a decently quickly called by Christian. I don't think Christian needs to raise it up on the flop or do anything but call here. Instead it's a bet of 5.5k. Christian has the 9 of hearts for safety as well to just call here. If Raiko is bluffing, let him continue bluffing. Nine of Hearts eliminates quite a few combo draws from Raiko's range as well. So Christian will make the call. 22,000 in the middle. Six of clubs on the turn, giving Raiko now bottom pair. Could hit a 6 or a 3 on the river to take the lead, but I don't see any way of Raiko making it to the river. So unless Raiko goes all in here, he's not getting to the river, because Christian is going to defend this pair of kings, try and get some value, and Raiko will probably fold to 6. Christian trying to figure out, should he bet it all? Should he bet small? Should he bet at all? Will his opponent even call? Will it be his downfall? 5.5 thousand in the middle for Christian. What an annoying little bet for Raiko. I mean, he finally hit the pair. Now it's such a small bet that you really don't want to just fold. So he's gonna make the call, but it might be an expensive one for Raiko here. It already is. I mean, it's 33k in the middle. Christian now gets trips on the river. Checks it over to Christian. Christian is gonna go all in, and now the question is, will Raiko believe him? Because the most obvious draws all missed. The 10 jacks, the flush draws, everything missed. The 9-10s, the jack-9s, the ace-10s, all those hands. So Christian is basically saying that he has a king or a bluff. And he is all in for 18,000. And now it's up to Raiko to figure out, is Christian bluffing here? We can see that Christian has the trips, and Raiko would double him up should he make the extra 18,000 call. What a tough spot for Raiko, and that's the beauty of 5.5k bet from Christian on the turn. Just kept him in, and now on the river, Raiko kind of feels committed. There's already 51,000 in the middle. Christian has a chance to take the chip lead should Raiko call. And Raiko makes the call, and Christian Arstad is our new chip leader with 69,000 chips after getting lucky a lot of times against the Icelandic Hjörtur Davidsson. Finally outplaced the Estonian Raiko Kukk and has taken the chip lead with 50% of the total chips in play. Now in great shape with 70,000, and I really want to see how Christian Arstad plays the chip lead. The tables have completely turned. Raiko now all of a sudden could be at risk of finishing third should he clash with Christian here. So what looked like a very safe cruising is not looking like that anymore. Hjörtur, our shortest stack with 10 big blinds. The blinds have gone up to 1,000 and 2,500. So 1,200 are the new blinds. 6k in the middle with the blinds and antes every time. Raiko with 20 big blinds. Hjörtur with 8 big blinds. And Christian with about 27 big blinds. Let's call it 27 big blinds. Raiko, ever so aggressive from the button, makes another raise and gets some nice blinds and antes. Hjörtur now back down to 6 BBs. Christian chip leading. Raiko right on his tails. And Hjörtur needs a double up, and he needs a double up fast. And he needs it bad. But I mean, from what we've seen from this Nations Cup final, the short stacks are never out of it until they're actually out of it. Especially what we've seen three-handed. Christian folds. Hjörtur goes all in with the king 3 of diamonds, and Raiko probably cannot call. I mean, it's 9 deuce. It's a little bit too crappy of a hand, but you're getting decent odds. Your opponent is short stacked, but I mean, yeah, 9 deuce kind of seals the deal. So gives Hjörtur extra 5k here. Hjörtur needs every one of those blinds and antes if possible. There is a flip or a free buy for you guys every single day that we're covering these tournaments. So definitely press those follow buttons and subscribe buttons so you can get all the information about free tournaments or cheap tournaments with extra added value. And obviously all the action from Tallinn, Estonia, Chesterfield Poker Club, from the Coolbet Open Festival. Even today there is still time to play 2 more tournaments. At 9 p.m. there will be the €330 to Coolbet Open Deep Stake Championship Day 1, sorry. And at 11 p.m. the tournament that even I am going to play, Acer Ziggy's Sapper Jam Hyper Turbo Unlimited Re-Entry €150 tournament. 10-minute levels, guys. 10-minute levels. It's gonna be a nice crapshoot, isn't it? Hjörtur, 8 big blinds. But one double up away of basically evening the chips stacks up completely. Raiko finds pocket 9s. What a nice hand to find from the button. He's been so active from the button. And when he actually gets a monster from there, it's definitely less believable. Christian finds the ace-10, a monster hand 3 ways. Raiko has raised it up to 5,000. Christian is going all in for 69,000, and Raiko is probably going to have to call this. I mean, it's pocket 9s, 3-handed. Obviously, you don't want to finish 3rd, but it's pocket 9s, 300 against the... I mean, you can basically even say that Christian is never doing it with aces, kings, or queens. Maybe not even jacks. He's probably 3-betting a hand as strong as aces, kings, or queens. So, your 9s are in great shape. Obviously, every now and then, and quite often you're actually flipping here, but quite often at the... No shot! No shot! Raiko folds the 9s and basically hands Christian the championship on a silver platter. Raiko says that he doesn't want to play for it all. He wants to at least get one more money jump before putting it all in, and folds the 5th best poker hand against the single reshove for 20 big blinds. That is wild for me. That was the perfect opportunity for Raiko to take home the championship and play for it all. But it's Christian Arstad showing zero fear and just stealing it away from the fingers of the Estonian poker hero Raiko Kukk. I have to say that I am a little bit or a lot of bit surprised of the fold. But it's Hjörtur going all in with the Jack-9, and this time Raiko makes the call, and Hjörtur will be in a very tough spot to double up here. He's dominated from Raiko's King-9, and Hjörtur needs a Jack and a Jack only now. Needs it on the river, because now Jack won't help him, but 10 would give him a straight. Instead, it's the 6 of diamonds on the river, meaning that Hjörtur Davidsson from Iceland is our third place finisher. What a great showing from Hjörtur. And to be honest, he was by far the unluckiest guy. I mean, this guy ran awfully throughout this final table. He played awesome poker. Third place is what was in the cards for Hjörtur today. He will take home 3,500 euros, and it's gonna be either Raiko Kuk from Estonia or Christian 6B Arstad from Norway, who will be our Nations Cup winner. Pretty evenly stacked. Christian has a slight chip lead with 32 big blinds against Raiko's 24 big blinds. It's heads up, mano a mano, and may the best man win. Awesome, awesome showing. I'm sure that Christian Arstad is super hungry for a win here. He has 2 second place finishes from Norwegian championships. Raiko basically has nothing to lose here. I mean, it's his best live cash ever. He's already played great, has done a great showing. So let's see who comes up on top. Levels are 1,000, 2,500 with a 2,500 big blind ante as well. So we don't lose the ante in a heads up play, which is awesome. Just changes the heads up dynamics completely. It's just super important to at least limp the buttons. You can profitably limp any 2 hands with big blind ante on the button. Queen 9 for Christian. He does make the call, and Raiko quickly checks back to Queen Jack. So a little bit surprising that Christian doesn't open with a raise and Raiko doesn't want to isolate with the Queen Jack, but we see a flop of King, Jack, and a 5. So a pair of jacks for Raiko here, a gut shot straight draw for Christian. I expect a check, bet, and a fold. There's the check, bet, and a call, sorry. There's the bet and a call from Raiko coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, there you go. There you go, everything is going according to the plan. Yes, 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 yes. 6 of spades on a turn, so will we see a check or will we see a check and another bet here? If I'm Christian and I'm betting large. Gut shot straight draw is a great hand to bluff large with. You would assume that hands like King Jack will be isolated from Raiko. Ace of hearts on the river. Definitely a better guard for Christian because he's limping way more aces than Raiko is checking back pre-flop. But it goes check, check, and Raiko takes the chip lead from Christian. Now, slightly, but still. 71,000 for Raiko, 69,000 for Christian. Very evenly matched heads up at the moment. They're playing for the title and extra 4,000 euros. Both players have guaranteed at least 5,500 euros already, but the winner gets 9,500. And there's the trophy, guys. There's the Nations Cup trophy. And I know, I can tell for sure both players want it a lot, but still, I think that Christian Arstad is sick of getting second places in very important tournaments. He's just so hungry for it. But Raiko is a great opponent, and he is not gonna give anything away for cheap or for free. Raises the button with the Queen 3 to 5.5k, gets a call from Christian. 13.5k in the middle. Queen, 4 and a 5 on a flop. So Christian gets outflopped from by Raiko. Raiko now with top pair. Christian with a gut shot straight draw and a backdoor flush draw. Christian can definitely check raise this flop. It's a great candidate to check raise with. Start applying pressure from the flop. You always have the deuce to follow back up on. The backdoor hearts. Instead, he makes the call. So 25k in the middle now. Christian needs an ace and or a deuce or running hearts or somehow to make Raiko fold. Gets the 5 of clubs. Checks it over to Raiko one more time. Will Raiko pot control and check back here? Or will he go for another bullet and check back to river? Probably Raiko is not going for 3 streets, but you know, we never know. Heads up, getting a pair is super difficult. So if you flop top pair, you kind of have to get max value. Raiko is betting 7.5k, and that's enough to get Christian to fold. So Raiko now separating himself from Christian a little bit. Turn the tables. Now Raiko up to 34 big blinds and Christian down to 22 big blinds. This is level 10 of Nations Cup final. Many months of poker to earn a seat at this final table, representing their country, and what a good job both of these guys have done. But Raiko has taken the first few battles of the heads-up match. Christian now with Jack 9. Last time Christian just calls with a hand like this. Will he continue to play the limp strategy from the button? It seems so, yeah. Christian makes the call for 1.5k extra. Raiko with Queen 10. By the way, Raiko instantly checked back Queen Jack suited, but now with Queen 10 against the limp, he raises it up. Raises it up to 6.5k, and Christian just folds the Jack 9. Very surprising to me. Very, very surprising. Jack 9 is not a bad hand, heads up. IMO. Raiko up to 35 big blinds now. Slowly but surely, he's chipping away from Christian's stack. Now with pocket sixes, a very strong hand heads up. Raises it up to 5.5k, and Christian gives away another 5,000 chips with the big blind ante. Now with less than 50,000, meaning that Raiko has over 90. Almost a 2-to-1 chip lead now.
Even out still playing.
Coolbet Open winner, Coolbet Poker Nationals Cup final. I mean, that's a cool trophy in my opinion. Definitely a unique one. Christian with Queen 6 now. Needs to make something happen. Continues with the limping from the button. This time gets a check back from Raiko. Flop is deuce, 4 and a 7 with 2 diamonds. Raiko still ahead with his pair of deuces now and a king kicker. Christian with a few backdoors here. 5, 3, 8, diamond, queen, 6. All of them would give him extra outs, but instead gets the 7 of hearts. And Raiko must feel strong with his pair of deuces now. Or 2 pairs, 7s and deuces. Leads out for 2.5k, and Christian slowly but surely gives away another one. Raiko now with 2 to 1 chip lead. And the blinds will go up to 1.53k. Now we're up to level 11. That's when I personally thought that this tournament will finish. That level 11 will be the last level. We'll see if it really is the case, but it's starting to look this way. I mean, Christian left with 15 big blinds after the levels go up. Raiko with 32. What a sick and exciting day it has already been. We've seen some great poker, some huge drama, and it's Raiko versus Christian trying to figure out who will be crowned the champion. Basically the king of poker for the next year. Raiko makes it 6,000. Christian finds a monster heads up. Ace Jack is just a massive hand. We have to assume that an all-in is coming. There you go. Christian goes all in for 42,000. Raiko with queen 6 definitely cannot call the all-in. Unless he feels like gambling, which Raiko doesn't seem like a guy to randomly gamble. He's gonna fold to queen 6 and the heads up continues. One big pot. Something is in the air, boys and girls. With stacks like stacks as they are, I mean, not much needs to happen. You need like a decent hand to open from the button with, and a decent hand to just 3-bet shove, and it's all going in. Christian limps from the button. Raiko checks it back with 6-2s. Christian kinda sets the trap with king 9, but I mean that's his strategy, to limp the buttons as much as possible. But Raiko gets a chance to outflop him every single time with that strategy, and does it one more time. Now pair of deuces and a 6-high flush draw for Raiko. Christian with king 9 bets out 3k. Raiko snap calls. Raiko is all smiles. Way ahead in this spot, but obviously you can't feel super strong with bottom pair and a weak flush draw. 4 of clubs on a turn. Raiko checks it over to Christian one more time. 15k in the middle. Will Christian try and steal it away on a turn? No. Checks back the turn. Jack of clubs on the river. So unless Raiko folds, Raiko is gonna win this 15k pot. Check from Raiko. And a check back from Christian. So Christian does not make Raiko to make a hero call here. So nice. Raiko now back up to almost 100,000 chips. 95,000 for Raiko, 45 for Christian. And again, it's a 2-1 chip lead. You can see both players have guaranteed themselves 5,500 euros. First place gets a bigger trophy and 9,500 euros. Even the second place gets a trophy though. Raiko 10 deuce. Ripped oil. Tries to limp it. No, I think he's raising even. It seems like he is raising. Raises it up to 6.5k. Christian finds a hand to go all in with. And Raiko definitely cannot call with the 10 deuce, so Christian gets the small one. Now back up to 51.5k for Christian. Has approximately 10 people rooting for him on the rail. Definitely the crowd on his side, even though this is Raiko's home crowd. Being played here in Tallinn, Estonia. Raiko being the Estonian. It's Christian with even bigger support. But I'm sure all the Estonians watching from TV are rooting for the guy. Walk for Raiko. Lines 1500, 3000. Raiko with pocket eights. Very, very strong hand heads up. We've seen Christian going all in with a hand like this 2 times already. He's been super active from the button as well. There you go. The chips are going in, guys. Christian has been very eager to 3-bet shove. He's definitely gonna 3-bet shove ace-10 all in, and Raiko has to call. I mean, you have to call with the 8s. Obviously, Raiko folded 9s 3 ways, but you can say that there's like, okay, there was a short stack and you don't want to risk it. You want to definitely guarantee yourself extra couple €1,000. But heads up, you're gonna have to call the all-in, and Raiko makes the call, and it all comes down to a flip. If Raiko's pocket eights will hold, he will be the Nations Cup champion, and the trophy stays here in Estonia. Christian needs an ace or a 10. The most important 5 cards of both of these guys' poker career. Christian needs an ace or a 10 and needs it on the river. Doesn't get it. Christian Arskat adds another second place finish to his impressive resume, but it's all Raiko Kukk from Estonia. He is crowned the Poker Nations Cup final champion. Gets €9,500 and the awesome trophy to come along with it, and gets to call himself the Nations Cup winner. Congratulations to Christian 6B Arstad as well from Norway, second place and €5,500. Hjörtur finished third for 3,500, and Christian Gonzalez finished fourth for 1,500. Congratulations to all the finalists. You have made your country proud. But it's this man, Raiko Kukk, who keeps the trophy here in Estonia. Ladies and gentlemen, this will bring our coverage to an end today. But tomorrow we will be back with the Deep Stack Tournament special from 9 p.m. local time. So in about exactly 24 hours, we will be live again with some sweet No Limit Hold'em action for a lot of money. Coolbet Open is only beginning, and we will be here with you for the next 4 days. My name is Christian Laas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.